Oswald.
Yeah, Patabon. Patabon.
This is
Patty. Fucking Krabby Patty. Whatever the fuck his last name is.
Welcome to the Quarterback Factory Show.
Sick ass beat.
The Quarterback Factory Show. Very good.
Where'd that soundbite come from? I don't know who that is.
Quarterback Factory Show.
That's us. Quarterback Factory Show.
We can get Cuz on here for a guest appearance.
All right. Yeah, we should.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, we should get
Fantastic.
I mean,
All right.
Overall, we have some
Go
connections
ahead.
with
Start the
97.5.
We have a lot of connections, actually.
I mean, I went to school with Tyler Zulli and drank with Nat. Your boys with the Cuz. The dude Gail Saunders follows us on Instagram. Let's do it. Merger.
Let's just buy them. Let's buy them outright.
Merger.
Quarterback Factory Show purchases
American.
What's the
About
name of
$38.
a media group that owns 97.5?
Beasley Media Group.
Beasley. Quarterback Factory Show purchases Beasley Media Group for $38.28 and
$38
and 0.0001 Bitcoin.
Listen, I can cash out my Bitcoin, but that's only gonna maybe be able to retain one host.
Bitcoin. Bullshit. All right. Anyway, this is the Quarterback Factory Show, QBFS episode number 44. We were going to go 44.5 or 45, but we accidentally forgot to hit the record last week. So it is episode number 44. We're going to go with the Red Hot Phillies, Roy Oswalt, a member of the Four Horsemen, the Four Aces of pitching back in the day. What was that, 10 years ago? 2011?
Yeah.
That was the last time they were in the playoffs, too.
Sean, where's your Phillies hat, man?
He's got a freshie. It's okay.
Yeah, hold on.
Mandatory.
He's got a nice haircut. You definitely got a nice haircut.
The
You have,
first time I've gotten a proper haircut in 4
It's a
months.
nice little fade,
It's a
too,
great-
on the side there.
Yeah.
It
Gotta
fades
show it
really
off,
nice.
man.
I finally
You got
found
that.
a barber in Jersey.
Got that big ass Italian hair, man. You better take care of that shit.
Oh man, you know it, baby.
Yeah. God. Anyways, I
That's all.
am Brendan Casey here. I'm back from a 2-week hiatus. Actually, only
Who are
a week
you?
because I really wasn't. We didn't even do that next week.
Oh, sorry. I should have saved that one
It's
for
not.
Sean.
It's haircut Thursday next Thursday, dude. Don't jump the gun.
Sorry.
Don't jump the gun on the
Brendan
bus.
wasn't here
That
because
was
he was
for
actually
Sean.
getting his haircut for the last 2 weeks.
I have. That's why I have a hat because it just didn't work out well. But yeah, I had some.
Oh, this one's for you, Brent.
Ding.
This is your sound effect.
Oh,
The police, they are after me.
Because your speeding ticket.
yeah.
And your other
Sean,
police
yeah,
story
Sean,
that you have.
went
You have a
off
bunch of
that. I
police
got
stories.
Yeah,
You got a-
I ain't
you
gonna
got a
talk about
speeding
that on
ticket?
there. Yeah, on the boulevard. Yeah,
It'll get
fucking
you.
Aerial fucking snapshot
Artificial
of my truck.
intelligence. An artificial intelligence speeding ticket.
What were you
Yeah.
doing in my neck of the woods?
Wasn't in your neck of the woods at all. I was all the way down by.
You're a
Wood
Jersey
Haven
boy now,
residence.
Sean.
Oh, you were in Trevos.
Yeah, right on that border there, right by where it forks off. You were like getting off the turnpike and going like towards your house, your old house, and then the Chickies would be on your right. Before that, where it splits off, where you go right, and then you can get on Woodhaven, or left, you can go down Boulevard. Or
Yep.
it's split is where
You were right by Motel Meth Head.
Wawa.
You're right by Motel Meth Head, right there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Remember
The
that guy?
Chamonix Inn?
The
Yeah,
Neshaminy Inn.
I drive by that every day on the way home. Remember that guy set himself on fire there? No? You guys don't remember that?
Was
No.
he a crack?
No,
Was
Yeah,
he?
it was like
No.
2 crackheads were there.
Oh,
and, like,
they
there was some
definitely
kind of
survived.
There was some kind of like dispute, so they're like, I don't have any crack. So dumped gasoline in themselves and lit a match and set themselves on fire.
And I'm sure he survived.
I don't know, probably because he's a crackhead.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
crackheads. They're fucking undefeated, bro.
Yeah, they're impervious to all damage.
Yeah. So anyway, yes. And we got Mr. Michael W. Parks Jr., a.k.a. Blanco.
Shit, Blanco was on
There
point
you go.
last week with everyone's introduction.
Yeah, that's because I was saying it, and I was just like,
he's about to take your job.
I was like, I had it all lined up, and yeah, and I was kind of reciting it exactly the way you recited it. It's all stuck in my head. That's why, because I hear it so many times. It's like,
Did you
guys-
introduce me and Brendan, even though that we were on a sabbatical?
I did.
No,
Y'all had your sound effects and everything too.
What a doll.
I listened to the one show where you guys said you traded me away at the deadline.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that was
like,
really good
that's
because
fucked up.
it was right at the deadline too. So
Yeah,
it was like,
perfect
yeah,
timing.
we traded
That's
him away.
fucked up.
That was fun.
It's fucked up.
That was
I
fun.
was listening. I was like,
I would
that's
do it
fucked
again.
up. Oh man! And then we got our boy, Mr. Two N's, Two L's, Mr. the author of the Dan rant. I don't know if we got much to rant about these days, man, except for the fucking Flyers. But Mr. Dan Wetzel in the house got a fresh ass new Phillies hat.
Yeah, it is a nice hat.
That is
Something about the Phillies doing good, man. It just makes this city a much more pleasant place.
Oh,
It is.
yeah.
Absolutely.
Something about the
There's a
Phillies.
win.
The
Like,
shootings are down.
actually, no, the shootings are not down at all. In fact, like after the Phillies went 3-0, I think there was like that was when that big mass or that big drive-by shooting happened on Market Street or whatever.
Yeah, the only shootings that are down are coming from Ben Simmons.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Speaking of that,
That's
that's
a good
our editor-in-chief and fresh haircut having my
Michael Jordan.
nephew, Sean Palumbo.
Thank you.
Yes,
I'm
that's
Michael
hilarious.
I gave you the goat.
I'm
I gave you
Michael
the goat sound effect.
He's like,
Or you
Stop
can have that one or this
get
one.
some help.
LeBron James.
No.
All right, we'll stick with
No,
mine.
no.
Oh wait, shot a cannon, new Space Jam trailer.
What?
Cool or no? Or anybody say it?
Two thumbs down.
I didn't hear what you said.
Thumbs down. People can't see your thumbs when they're
Yeah.
listening.
That's
What's-
true.
Well, they should be watching.
The new Space Jam trailer. Did you see it, Blanco?
I did not see it. So thumbs down. Thumbs
Two
down
thumbs
for
way
me.
down. Way down.
I'm really not interested in it at all. I am 100%, 125% not interested in it. Fuck
Do
that
you know
shit.
what the thing is that with making a Space Jam reboot, it's
Wait,
or sequel, whatever it is.
Is Bill Murray in it?
No.
Well, then fuck that shit.
Space Jam was so relevant because when I was a kid and when you guys were a kid, Looney Tunes were the Saturday morning cartoon. Like,
Yeah.
you wake up, you get your bowl of cereal, you put on, you know what I mean? You put on Looney
Yeah.
Tunes.
So now it's more about LeBron James than it is about Bugs Bunny and shit.
Because Looney Tunes, I feel like these kids have no endearment to the Looney
They have
Tunes.
no idea.
Yeah, they aren't like a Saturday morning
Yeah, it's
staple
kind of
like they
stupid.
were.
Yeah.
I agree.
So
And it's
you know
crazy
what I
because
mean?
the Looney Tunes have been around since like the 1930s, and we still consider them like our Saturday morning cartoons.
I'm Michael Jordan.
Space Jam.
Hey,
Yeah,
I mean-
I saw that shit. And as soon as I saw LeBron James turn into a cartoon, and that's how it's going to be portrayed for most of the movie, I was like, yeah, I'm out.
Yeah, I'm out.
Yo, Tiny
like
Toons
that.
was my
Way
shit
out.
too, man. Tiny Toons was
Huh?
the shit.
Tiny
Tiny
Toons were the
Toons,
shit.
yeah.
Tiny
Oh, yeah.
Tunes.
That
was
that
good.
that
Yeah,
came
that
they
was-
came out when we were
Toony,
kids.
We're all a little loony.
Yeah,
The Animaniacs.
the Animaniacs, bro.
That
Yo,
whole, that whole WB
Even
lineup
DuckTales
was
was
Yeah.
fire
good, too.
back
yo,
in
and
the day.
I still haven't watched the brand new season of Animaniacs. I want to watch it. I want to watch it. I heard it's good. It came out on Hulu.
It's on Netflix, ain't it?
No, it's on Blankflix. Beyond.
Oh,
Oh shit.
No, I think it's Hulu. It's not on Netflix. I
Oh,
think
okay.
it's
Hulu.
That's a
Hulu.
good plug.
Sean,
That was a good
Sean,
plug.
when you were little, you would come down Saturday mornings and you would just scream 4-5, 4-5, 4-5, and that was the channel you wanted on because
Nice.
there was cartoons. I think that was Nickelodeon or it was the Looney Tunes. You would just come down and you'd be like 4-5, 4-5. I'm like, okay, I'm putting on 4-5.
In your
By the way,
Superman
I'm like,
underwear.
by the way, it's 45. You fat little bastard. What are you still doing here? Not 4-5.
man.
I was like, just for that, you're not getting any of my fucking cereal, little bitch.
You know, honestly, this all sounds like
4-5.
exactly what I deal with Adriana, because I was trying to watch the Phillies yesterday, and you know what I mean. I got home from work, just put in like 11 hours, sitting down, a nice 4:05 start. I literally sat my ass on the couch as the first pitch was thrown, and Ade's sitting here with the remote like this, staring at me.
Can't see. He's extending the
Oh.
remote.
Sorry, but yeah,
the world can
sitting
see.
here with the remote, like, hey, Elmo, dude, what the fuck do you think you're doing?
That's
Like,
when you
why
get
are
your
we
little
watching Elmo?
side iPad and put it on You know, you have a little sports
Yeah.
on your iPad when that happens. So you have
And then
to
when she wants the iPad, you go right back to the TV. And you
God.
just
keep
gotta
switching.
keep
Too
switching.
fucking funny. So speaking of the sports, guys, let's do just. I'm just gonna start off with this: 5-1.
Dude,
5,
that's way up.
You mean 161
5
and 1?
5-1 for our Philadelphia Fighting Phils. Do you got the fever? Do you have it? Do you
Absolutely.
have
Oh,
it?
yeah.
You have
The
to. You
Phillies
have to
fever?
have
Of
it.
course.
Do you have the Phillies fever?
Dude, you saw me. I sent you guys that motherfucking website. We're buying some fucking tickets. We're going, bro. We're
Yeah.
going. We're
I
either
mean,
gonna tailgate at Sean's job or at FDR. I don't give a fuck where we tailgate. I'll go fucking tailgate at the Navy Yard. I don't give a shit. We're doing it.
I'm fucking down for that.
I
Fuck
think
yeah.
I still have my.
we're
I think I
just-
still
we're
have
just
my
gonna-
my entry.
We need
pass
to do
the
it
Navy
soon
Yard.
because if they keep playing this good, those tickets are not going to be left. I mean,
we're just gonna pull into the parking
Yeah.
lot and just sit in our cars,
If did you guys look at the
live
site?
stream it, and just drink.
So that's the only place you should buy tickets. If you go to like SeatGeek or fucking Vivid Seats or whatever the fuck those stupid ass site names are, all the secondary
Ridiculous.
market ones.
They mark them up crazy.
Yeah, they're ridiculous. So you got to we either buy them from this first market, we got to buy them in advance, we got a plan, or we just don't.
Well, they're only releasing the games like 20 at a time.
Yeah, so
Because
they're
I was
released.
looking
They're released
into,
up to like May. So up to like May right now. So
Yeah, I was
every
looking
time
into,
we gotta look. We gotta look further and see. Every
going
day
to
or
a
whatever.
game. Mean like taking the old lady out to a game because
Same.
Yankees fan.
Hey,
it's supposed to play the
Serena's a
Yankees in
Giants fan.
June, and they don't even have the tickets out
gross.
yet.
Yeah. Serena's Giants are coming to town soon, and Serena's a Giants fan, and we always go to a Giants game, one Giants game per year. And they have a 1:00 game too. I was like, babe, come on, we can take off from work, we can just go. And she's like, no, I want to take Riley to the game. I'm like, all right, we'll take Riley too. We'll take her off from daycare, whatever.
There's nothing like a day at the ballpark.
I know.
It is.
Mad fun.
So
Especially
What
when
do
the
you-
Bills are good.
Yeah.
yes. So initial reactions on the 5-1 season. Do you think could this be something special, or is it just getting off to a hot start? I mean, yes, it is 162 games. We are 5-1, so it's like what 157, 156 games left in the season. But I mean, you did come out and you swept the Braves, and then you won a series against the Mets, who two of your division opponents, and who both teams are favored to win a division.
And we
We're
were going
arguably
up.
in the toughest division in all of baseball, and then
Yep.
you swept and won a series against two teams that they're picking to go up there with the Dodgers to compete for the title.
Especially the Braves, man. I mean, the Braves. We all heard about. This is all you hear about while the Phillies were bad and the bullpen was bad. All you were hearing about how the Braves have the best scouting. They brought up the best young talent for their pitching staff. Blah 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 blah. I remember hearing all that shit last year, and I'm like, fuck them. And now I'm like, ha, fuck them, bitches.
Fuck that bitch.
all I'm going to say
That is
we gotta
my
see-
analytical take. Fuck them
Now,
bitches.
since the Mets are in our division, we now gotta watch Nemo fucking sprint out of the fucking box every time he gets a
dude.
walk, like halfway up the fucking base pathway. And dude, just chill the fuck out. Like, serious.
Fuck out, Nemo.
Now we gotta put up with that all season. Dude.
You're gonna see it about 15 more times this year.
Dude, just chill the fuck out.
Never happened.
Honestly, I think the Mets series like us is more impressive than the Braves because the Mets were fresh. They opened their season against us because of a COVID delay, and our 4 and 5 starter went. I mean, obviously, you know what I mean. We pitched Nola on the last day, but Nola didn't look anything special. But our 4 and 5 starter went up against the best pitcher in baseball with Jacob deGrom and Marcus Stroman, who's another like top 10 to top 15 pitcher. And I mean, that's impressive, dude. And they got bats. Like I'm not too high on it just because it's so early. It's a true marathon, but it's looking positive.
Yeah.
But I'm keeping my expectations down because we were
Yeah.
5-1 in 2019.
Yep.
Mm.
Good point.
You know, you got to keep.
I mean,
even
I'm excited, obviously, but I also have that same like that tampering of my expectations, not because we started the same record in 2019, but just because of Philadelphia sports in general.
Yeah,
You
and I
know,
will say
we always have that. You know, we always have that that hype, especially when we're like, oh, how's it gonna go? And then it starts out way better than we expect.
Yeah.
You know, it's a typical like, you know, the Philadelphian in me is gonna bring me back down at some point. But that is not gonna stop me from enjoying the moment. And
Listen, the year we
Yeah,
went,
It's nuts.
Yeah.
the last time we went 4-12 before this, we started off the season 2-0 as the Eagles, you know. So a hot
Yep.
start doesn't mean anything for the long run of the season.
Yep.
But a lot like at the All-Star break, the Sixers had the same record they did last year. But you can just watch them, and you like the eye test will tell you this team this year, this rendition of the team is so much better, no matter what the record says. And I kind of feel the same way that, you know, this is a more legit 5-1 than 2019
Yeah.
was, just because of our deficits in 2019 when it came to the pitching staff as a whole. It was Nola and a bunch of dudes. And this year we filled out the bullpen. We have Wheeler. Eflin looks like he's a legit third guy. Matt Moore and Chase Anderson, you can do way worse for Chase Anderson.
Beer sponsor.
Is that the guy's name? Whatever the hell it is. But it looks like we have a more solid
It is.
5 guy, you know, than we've had in years past. So and I mean, Bryce and Kutch haven't really hopped out of the gate. So if Bryce and Kutch get rolling with the rest of these guys, the way they're hitting, this could be. I mean, we could be a legit contender.
And
it's
you know
nice.
they will. And you know they
The
will.
Eagles do well, man.
They're
The Eagles-
not.
I mean,
They're not gonna just be down for forever. You know, Bryce is definitely gonna catch it soon.
oh
And
yeah.
and Kutch too.
It's just amazing that Bryce Harper, no matter how slow he starts to a season or what type of slump he has, everyone's like, oh, you know, he's this and he's that. He's not living up to expectations. His numbers, like his on-base percentage, his RBI numbers, his walks, even his play in right field have been amongst the best in baseball.
Yeah,
And it's
I think
like,
people just
all right,
expect him to just hit fucking dingers all the time. I think that's what people expect. $313 million dingers all day, every day. That's what they
the
expect.
pitching is so good in baseball. You're not going to see a ton of those 50 home run guys. And I would much rather Bryce give us 35 or 40 home runs with 100 RBIs and a damn near 400 on base percentage.
Absolutely. And that one play he had where he hustled and almost he got thrown out, but he didn't get. But he at
he's
third
all
when he got
hustle, dude.
when he
All
got thrown
hustle,
out at
all
third. Yeah, that hustle is what you want. Absolutely what you want. He's a baller.
Absolutely.
He's a baller.
That double he hit the other day, and they said that ball came off his bat at 116 miles per hour.
It's dude. Obviously, the Eagles are always king in this city. The Eagles can go 1-15 and they're king.
As long as you beat Dallas.
We're always going to talk
Yeah,
about it.
right?
No, two. They better be 2 wins. They better have 2 wins.
Right. Well, 2-15 this year, right?
Dallas.
Yeah,
Yeah,
true. Yeah,
Dallas.
2-15.
2-15, but the Eagles are always king. But when the Phillies are doing well, it really brings like
Yeah.
a different vibe to the
Oh,
city.
yeah.
It's nice.
Oh yeah.
And you gotta give it to our man,
Careful there, Brent.
Reese Hoskins too. He's got
Yeah?
his
Yeah, how about
start
Reese's
this season
game?
has been the reason why it's like that we're 5-1. For,
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, you gotta give him a big
I don't
pat
want
on the
to.
back.
I don't want to speak
like,
too soon, but like, I mean,
We're
is there such thing as a comeback player of the year or something? Because like, I think a lot of people were writing him off from the past couple seasons, me included. It was like he was good one season, and he's like basically Michael Franco. You know, he had that one good season, and then that's it. And it's all done from there. But yeah, Reese, so far so good. Keep it up, my man, because that's what you need when Bryce isn't quite hitting a dinger every day, hitting dinger every time he's at bat. Then you need your other guy to step up and hit some balls.
And I was worried, sophomore slump. It happens in all 4 sports. It's kind of just, the league's adjusting back to you. But it seems like Alec Baum is legit, dude.
Boom.
Boom.
Yeah, man.
Boom.
I call him Baum because that's what he hits.
Bomber.
It's
Where's Coach Brown at?
The kid's
Bomber.
good.
It's Bomber.
The kid's good. He's got
good. And he's got a better
beautiful-
glove.
The
That's
only
fucking
thing that I
swing.
don't really like is his arm at the moment, but man, he can come up clutch in the hit section. So
I love
his
swing.
defense seems like it's good, but
Mhm.
yeah, man, that 3-run home run was
He's got a
beaut.
great.
Oh, there
It was
was
a
no
beaut.
doubt about it.
It was
As
a
soon as he
beaut. It
came
was a
off the
beaut,
bat, I
Clark.
was like, "Oh, that's going, baby."
Yeah.
He looks
Yeah.
like he's 17.
Yeah, he does.
And
He's
7 foot.
Young as shit.
He's young as shit. He's only like 22 or 23 years old.
Good man.
Gumbo.
He's
He
not
could pass
close. I
for-
mean, I don't love his arm
He's a
either.
fucking
Third
ogre,
base,
though.
you know, there's going to be a couple times where some dude leg singles out on him, but it seems like, I mean, he's got great range. He's 6'5", and he's pretty agile for being a big dude, so he's not going to make a lot of mistakes fielding. You know, we might, you know, a couple guys might leg some singles out on him, but I can live with that if you're not going to let a ball pass you and, you know what I mean, have something that should be a routine out turn into a double. So, and I mean, dude, you keep batting damn near 300 with decent power numbers and come up clutch with runners in scoring position, you're all right in my book. And he's young. He's got time to grow, man.
Yeah.
It's really
Yeah,
nice.
man. And having infield like that with,
Yeah.
you know, I mean, Didi's doing what Didi does.
Yeah.
The only person I am concerned about a little bit is Segura. I'm just trying. I'm waiting for him to get back to his Mariner days,
Yeah.
but it's like I'm sure that like season's early. We'll see how the season goes as it
Yeah,
as it comes. I mean, it's just
all around.
it
It just doesn't work like that.
Yeah.
You know, the 2008 team had Pedro Feliz playing third base. You know, he wasn't lighting the world on fire, but the infield is a unit.
Yeah.
With
As a-
JT,
yeah.
our boys at the corners, and Didi in the middle. I mean, that's
definitely
you
what
can't
they
ask for
needed,
much
man.
better. We've argued
mean-
the best infield in baseball.
What I've noticed too is they've been like they're taking they're taking a lot of pitches. They're being patient in these games, which is good to see. It's hurting them early, but it looks like they're finding ways. Obviously, it's been like for the longest, man. It's just when they face a good pitcher, that's the only negative I think I could pull out of this 5-1 start is them still having trouble when a good pitcher comes along. I guess that's for everybody, but they need to score runs or try to get better base runners on when they're facing a pitcher like DeGrom. Like, I don't see that being they'll overcome that as the season comes along. That's just the one that's little negative to it. But other than that, man, what else can you say? That the bullpen's been solid. You know, we'll see, man. It's good, man. I'm excited.
Yeah. The whole start to the season, like, it just has a different feel to it than other years have.
Mhm.
I mean, obviously the
Absolutely.
talent level is there, and obviously the talent level is way better than it was last year, especially in the bullpen.
Yeah.
I mean, they were historically the worst bullpen in Major League Baseball history. So they literally hit the bottom. You can only go up from there. You can't get any worse from the bottom unless you physically go to hell and hang out with Satan, stuffing pineapples up Hitler's ass every hour. But yeah. Thanks for dropping in there, Lucifer. Appreciate it. But I think the whole, like I said, and like you guys were talking about earlier, the whole Phillies doing well just brings a whole new uplifting spirit to the entire city of Philadelphia. It brings everybody together. It's always like I was saying the other day, the nicer weather's here. The spring's here. The
Yeah.
summer's here. You want to go down the shore. You want to listen to a ball game. Everybody wants to go to a ball game. You know, there's so many of them, so it's not like, obviously there's restrictions with COVID and everything, but you know, like hopefully one day soon we'll all be getting back into the stadium together at a normal pace and rate. But I don't think that anyone is ever upset for a Philly season ever, a baseball season ever. And I just think that I think they do have a potential to do something special. You know, obviously they're not going to win them all, and they're going to have their slumps. They're going to have their hot streaks.
Absolutely.
But to jump out to an early start like this, and Sean, you talked about earlier, just the eye test, and I agree with the eye test, and I agree with just the overall feel of the team. They could definitely, do something special. And with Girardi there instead of Gabe Kapler, setting the lineups and calling them, anything can happen.
It's
That's all I gotta
Gabriel.
say. Yeah.
I do have a little bit of a beef with Girardi. Vinny Velo should not have stayed in that game the other night.
He's responsible for our one. He's responsible for us not being undefeated.
Yeah,
That was a weird lineup you put out that day. Too.
Yeah, that lineup, man,
It was just a
What was up with
test.
that?
I feel like a bunch
Analytics.
of bench players with
It had to be. You got to blame the analytics.
It was
for
that had to,
lead off is what Matt was it Matt
Matt
Moore or
Joyce.
Matt Miller,
yeah.
whatever. It's like
yeah.
oh, it was Joyce leading off, right? And then was it
And
Miller
yeah.
in there for like
Brad, we gave
Brad
Clutch
Miller?
and Reese the night off, but Reese
Yeah.
ended up coming in the 7th anyway. I don't know what the hell that was about.
Yeah, that was weird.
And then they put him in, right? Didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, Brent, you hit the nail on the head. I think I never really thought about that though. But like when the Phillies are doing good, especially at this time of year, you got to think about it. This literally is like the best weather of the year. This time of year, you know, it's starting to turn into spring. You know, spring might as well be the start of the year. You know, that's when everything starts. You know, they call it Spring Festival for a reason in China, but I don't know. It must be something about that. The weather, the
It is. It's because
something in
everybody's
the
cooped
air.
up in their house all winter long, and it's cold, and you don't want to go outside. And now it's like, oh wow, you do want to go outside. You're like, oh, there's sports on. We're like, oh fuck, our team's good.
Yeah.
Oh, this is amazing. I want to go do cartwheels.
Absolutely has all of that is just like combined together, and it makes for
midpoint of spring. The midpoint of spring and like late October, early November are for me like the two best parts of the year. In general, it's like, you know, in the mid fall, it's like the last hurrah before you gotta bundle up and get indoors. Spring, it's like Blanco said, it's like beautiful and new. The sports, I mean, you get kind of like that sweet spot, like, you know. At this time of the year, you're prepping for the draft. You got baseball starting. You got March Madness. You got NBA and NHL, and then the same thing in October. You got the hockey and the basketball season starting. You got playoff baseball, and the football season's in full swing. It's that combination of, like, as sports fans at least in a city like Philly, just in the Northeast in general. You know what I mean? I feel like it's just a time of good vibes. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. But I think that this time of year might trump the fall, because now you're coming out of the winter and it's getting nice out, and you only know it's going to get nicer with better things ahead. Like your spring, you're like, oh, it's spring, it's getting nicer. Like, oh, start going down the shore. Like, oh shit, it's the summer's coming. Like, it's going to be nice, and the beach and the ocean and all that bullshit. Like,
and then fall time is just
102.
And then it's the fall, and you're like, oh great,
it's kind of like the fall is like the perfect wind down. It's like you've been out, you've been running around so much shit. Now it's like perfect wind down
for the next 5 months.
Well,
and I'm not going to be able to leave my house.
A beach baby like you, but for somebody like me who you know, we live in an area where we get the extremes of summer and winter.
Yeah.
Summer and winter are we get the extremes of it. Obviously, we don't get the worst winter in the entire world, or get the worst summer in the entire world. But where we get the perfect extreme of each. Hot as fuck in the summer and cold as fuck in the winter. And we get like 36 hours of perfect spring, and we get about like 32 hours of perfect fall. And it's like those little bit of moments that you have are amazing. Yeah, absolutely amazing. But but Brendan, what you're saying is true though. Like the fall, and I don't want to compare them and say spring is better than the fall, because they're both different in their both regards. Because in the summertime you're out, and then you're sunburnt. Well, I am. You're probably not. You guys are like Italian sunborn babies. Your fucking asses are probably tanner than my face. But
sun babies.
But the summer is great. Obviously, running around doing all kinds. Especially now I have a toddler now, and this is going to be her first real starting to enjoy summers. It's going to be a lot of fun for me, and and then I'm going to be looking forward to the fall. Trust, I know that. Once we're in the middle of the summer, in the middle of this heat, and I'm just so tired of holding up these umbrellas to cover my little 2-year-old from, which is not 2 yet, but she will be 2 in the summer. Cover her from getting sunburned. Oh, I'll be looking forward to the fall.
When you can smell the elephant shit on a 102-degree day at the Philadelphia Zoo, you're gonna be like, "Give me fall."
Oh man, you can smell that. You can smell that shit all the way from the L.
Oh God.
from the L on East Gerard, not the L out west.
Elephant.
Elephant. Yeah, cool. Yeah, that's what I meant.
Yeah.
Elephant shit. All right, I'll be right back. I'm gonna grab a beer. Keep talking though. This is great.
Yeah, you got elephant shit. How about that?
That's not elephant shit's a good name for a beer.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
I think
Not
it
at
could
all.
be. Why not?
I would not. Just
Elephant
anything else but shit.
Elephant
tusks.
Taste?
Elephant
tusks. How about tusk musk? No,
I got a
that'd be
whole growler of elephant shit right here.
You have fun with that, buddy. That shit is gross, man. What are you doing? I'm telling you, I'm watching the Steelers-Eagles game right now. It's 7-7.
That game gave me false hope.
Yeah. Nate Gary just got a penalty on a 3rd and goal. And then the next play, Chase Claypool ran in for a touchdown. Thanks,
that.
Nate Gary. And then Miles Sanders just ripped off an 85-yard touchdown.
Damn, so the Phillies play back-to-backs on
What I missed.
again the Braves and the Mets, so
Yeah.
they can really take a little
We can really get out ahead.
hold on this
They can jump up there, man.
We do a little. We
And they
put
face the
together another
Cardinals.
like 5-1, 4-2 stretch over these next 2 series. We can have a stranglehold on this division. I mean, long.
man.
Good.
long
Man.
Just gotta-
That's good to see.
Win these series, man. That's what it's all about. Win these series.
Yeah, that's what they did, man, back in the 2008.
Well, now they're going to get a real
17,
test because they're
2008,
going on the
they
road
just-
this weekend.
Yeah.
Listen, even the best, even like historically good teams still lose 50 to
Oh, my
60
God.
in a
Nate
year.
Gary just missed the tackle, and Claypool
Man,
had a
that's you
second
just want to win the
touchdown.
series.
Turn
that's
that
all.
game off, Brandon.
No.
You know what happens.
What game
Flyers
are you
in the
watching? Tell
shootout.
the world what game you're watching, Bren. I don't think anybody watching knows. I don't think anybody's watching, but hey,
I'm watching-
let's pretend.
From this past season, the 2020 season, it is our beloved Philadelphia Eagles and Carson Wentz against
Non-beloved
the Pittsburgh
Carson Wentz.
at Pittsburgh Steelers.
Speak for
Anybody
yourself.
anybody get the
Dude.
Flyers on?
Nate
Nah, he's
Gary,
dead to me now, Sean. Sorry.
Nate Gary just whiffed on a fucking tackle on Chase Claypool. And he
Nate
scored a
Gary.
touchdown.
Nate Gary
go
is a
up.
Philadelphia
Savage.
treasure.
White State.
Ooh,
Give me
Flyers
a fucking
tied it up.
break.
They went to a shootout.
Fuck the Flyers, man. You know what? I'm saying it right now. Fuck the
Yeah,
Flyers.
they did tie it up a while ago, but yeah, I guess now they're in a
Yeah,
shootout. I don't
they
know.
were, they sold their souls and shot steroids in their testicles last year to be so good in that bubble, and now they're playing like a fucking vagina juice on a fucking.
It does seem like that, right?
August
Like
day.
that last year was weird. Like, how were they so good? And then,
They got so hockey's weird like that, man.
Yeah.
Like you can get hot at a certain time.
I know that.
And you can just ride it. And that's what they were
Yeah.
last year. And then COVID hit, and they're like, oh. And then they came back, and they were fucking great.
yeah,
And they got #1 seed.
but
and all that
then
shit.
the actual playoffs happened,
Yeah.
and then it was like, oh, we're just actually
And then
not
the
supposed to be here.
Islanders, then the Islanders were fucking skating at Mach 5,
Mm.
and they were skating backwards the whole time.
I just remember watching them play after they got first place and the playoffs actually started. I remember thinking like they don't look as good as they used to, or maybe they're just back to normal, or I don't know. The steroids wore off, I guess.
I don't know, man. They just frustrate me. Like I think because we all came
too.
into the season with such hope after they
Yeah.
did so well last
Oh, yeah.
year, and they were so good under Alain Vigneault, who was at the time like doing great as coaching, and Carter Hart was the young savior coming in, but
Hey man, sophomore
his
Carter Hart
his-
sophomore slump.
Now, did you
Yeah.
guys
He's
see that
playing
article?
better this year, though.
Whatever.
I give it to him. He's
Whatever.
playing recently. He's playing a little bit better. He's
Did you
not
guys
letting
did you
up
guys
4
read the
goals a
article?
game, so.
Did you guys read that article about he parted ways with his sports psychiatrist, whatever. If there's truth to that, and I don't know, did he call him back, and did he bring him back on, and he's doing better now? Because that's what I want to hear.
oh shit.
Maybe because
He's a kid.
definitely been playing better.
Yeah, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, dude. And you were, you know what I mean? You've been the best goalie prospect in the world since you were like 15 years old. So
Yeah.
ain't no reason to change that.
Yeah.
A hockey goalie, I feel like obviously you have to have you have to have the skill and reflexes and shit. But you also have to have the fucking balls, and you have to have gritty mentality. No pun intended for gritty, but it's true. You have to have this mentality about you. I feel like a lot of being a goalie is probably at least 50 to 60% mentality, and the rest is your talent, fitness, and whatever else it takes. But I feel like mentality is a major part of that shit because the puck's coming at you freaking ridiculous speeds no matter what. You have to know who's shooting it, and you have to know which hole is gonna go in. So I don't know.
Pitchers and goalies.
I feel like
pitchers and goalies
Yeah.
are the
I feel like if
mental-
there's some kind of psychiatrist involved with that, it makes a lot of sense. And then the fact that he like parted ways with him kind of just makes me think. Makes me like, that's weird.
Yeah.
I want a sports
I like to-
psychiatrist
I
for
like
my
to
job, and
call-
I'm not in sports
I
at
like-
all.
Me too.
Yeah, I like to call him Carter Carson.
Ooh,
Oof.
See
What's
what
wrong?
happens with that. Yep.
where's
As I
my,
watch him.
I guess that means next year he's going to come back and have a great season and drag the team. To
That's
the
why I
playoffs.
did finish him because I knew Sean was going to come back with some shit.
Well, technically, this would be his sophomore year. So this would be his sophomore year this year, right? You just said he had a sophomore slump.
Well, I mean, he came
This
up
is his third year,
2
isn't it?
seasons ago, but he came up
Yeah.
with like 20 games left. So this is his official sophomore year, but this is his third, I guess, kind of season playing in the league. I don't know. It's what do you really count as a rookie year?
Did he play? Then that counts.
Well, then he's in a junior slump.
He's a
Yeah.
junior. He's a
Yeah.
junior jerk off.
He had a sophomore surge
This is
last
junior
year.
jerk
Sophomore
off.
surge.
Sophomore serves and a junior jerk off and a fucking premature fourth year ejaculation, whatever. I'm so fucking fed up with them, dude. I
Well,
really
I feel like that
Well,
has
the
to come
junior
before the
shine.
junior jerk off. Right.
It's just disappointing to see them win a game
It's just
against
disappointing.
Boston.
I was
then
really
they
looking forward
lose the
to
next, and then now they just lost again.
Yeah,
Look,
I think we
was-
talked about it 2 weeks ago that the Flyers are the biggest disappointment this season right now.
Most definitely.
Biggest disappointment out of all the 4 sports, including Eagles included. Last year's Eagles
They had
included.
the highest aspirations.
Yeah.
All in all, the Flyers
did.
definitely had the highest
Yeah,
aspirations.
Biggie gave us that question. I don't know if Brendan and Sean want to chime in on. I guess we just kind of said it though. It was like, who was the biggest disappointment this year? Was it the Eagles or the Flyers? And I think we just gave you guys the
answer.
that you guys had the same
Yeah.
thing as us. So we knew you guys were going to say the
Well,
same thing. But
that-
if you want to,
If you're talking
Elaborate on
about
that.
last week's episode, Dan,
no, it was 2 weeks ago.
I
Just-
mean, like
just
I'm
me, you, and
definitely,
Mike.
It's an
I'm
urban
definitely
legend.
4 for
Never.
4, but my passion for the Eagles far outweighs my passion for the Flyers. But if all things are equal, the Flyers are definitely a bigger disappointment. You know what I mean? Because just the realist in me is like, all right, the Eagles might have went like in the best case scenario, like 10-6 type of team, but I had no thoughts of us really making a Super Bowl run. I thought the Flyers could really put together a cup
Yeah.
run.
I thought the
After
Flyers were
you
going to be the
know,
one team to put the city on its back and
Me too.
make shit happen.
Me too.
I was just really looking forward to a nice spring, early summer Flyers playoff hockey, Sixers playoff basketball, and shit, the fucking Phillies playing good ball.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, at least 2 out of 3 ain't bad, right?
like that Meatloaf song.
As what Meatloaf says. That's
2
what
out of
Meatloaf
3 ain't bad.
Yo, Travis Fulgham is kicking ass right now.
Turn that shit off.
Fast forward to 2021, man.
Come on,
Yeah,
man.
look at Travis Fulgham making Carson Wentz look good. Crazy.
What the fuck, man? What happened to Travis Fulgham?
What's his name? Fold.
He folded up.
Fulgham
Not going to work here next year.
folded
Anyway.
like a chair.
Oh,
Fucking Alshon.
I don't know, man. I got no faith in that guy.
who? Fulgham?
Yeah, anymore.
I mean,
Well-
we'll see.
Yeah, I definitely want. I want to see what happens. Obviously,
I have
I
more
feel
faith
like
in Fulgham than Jalen Rager.
I don't know. I just don't. I don't know.
So do I.
I feel like I don't. You know why? Because I don't think he's going to get the opportunity.
Well, I mean, it's there
Oh.
for him.
I don't know.
It's there for him.
I don't know. The Fulgham investment is not much. The Jalen Rieger investment is a lot higher than Fulgham.
It's
So,
true. And
I think
we
Fulgham
talked
might.
about
I
this.
think Fulgham might get JJ Arthega, not DK Metcalf.
I think
Did you
we
guys
talked about
see-
this in the group chat. I don't think we ever talked about it on the show, but it's like I want. It's obviously not about Rager and Fulgham, but when it comes to Andre Dillard, like I want Howie to trade Andre Dillard away for one reason and one reason only. I think
he
he has
sucks?
potential to be all right, like
Nah, he's a
a
pussy.
decent player,
He's a
but
pussy.
Mailata has showed me something last year,
Yeah.
and I think Howie will. We all know Sirianni. Howie Roseman's got his hand up Sirianni's ass, like a little fucking marionette. And I think that Howie
Marionette.
Roseman will force Sirianni's hand to start Dillard because he was a first round investment,
Absolutely.
I agree.
a first and a
Hey,
third,
Jakes.
because I think we traded a third rounder to move up and get Dillard.
Yeah, we jumped the Texans.
Speaking of investment,
Because-
huge investment right there. That guy is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. You pay a 1 and a 3 for somebody, you better get it the fuck right.
It's like Howie's supposed to be a money guy, but he does not know when to cut his losses.
Oh my
when
God.
he doesn't know how when an investment has gone bad, he just like lets it get worse.
Perfect example. Josh Sweat looked like he's legit. Josh Sweat was a 5th round draft pick, so we decided to pay Derek Barnett $10 million
Yep.
fucking dollars to retain him.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it's
Yep.
when we're already strapped for cash.
Yeah, Josh
Yep.
Sweat looks like a starter, and Barnett looks like he's worse than his rookie year. He just looks
Yeah.
like he's regressed ever since.
Yeah.
And
He's
he was
gotten
hungry,
worse like every year.
Absolutely. And it's like, all right, you have
Thanks
a
for
million-
recovering. Thanks for recovering that fumble.
Yeah, good riddance.
Yeah,
You have a million fucking draft
and that wasn't
picks
even
over the next
that
2
wasn't even his
years.
best year either. But that was probably his best play
Yeah.
that year. But he didn't really have a great year. He was pretty quiet that year as well. The rest of the defense was. I mean, you can't really. I guess you can't really take that away from him or whatever. But it wasn't his best year. I know that much.
I think his second
No.
year was his best year. His sophomore year seemed to be his best year. But overall, I mean, he's been really underwhelming, especially when you look at the players that went like directly after him. I think Marlon Humphrey went the pick after, arguably the best cornerback in football. So, Jesus fucking Christ, Howie Roseman.
That's all right. We took Larry Hughes at number 7, and then
Dirk and Paul
Dirk
Pierce.
Nowitzki went, and Paul Pierce right after. Yeah,
Mhm.
so it's
Who?
okay. Don't worry about it.
Paul Pierce and his strippers.
Oh my God, did you see that?
Hilarious.
I
What a
didn't see it.
legend.
What
If
happened?
there's anything
What a
you can
fucking
fuck
legend.
your
You didn't
career
see
off,
that,
it's
Blanco?
doing
No.
that. Like,
Blanco. So Paul Pierce last weekend, I guess, was hanging out at his boy's house, was it? Or his house?
I don't know where he was.
I don't know where it was. He was at a house, and he goes Instagram live, and he's fucking tore up. Like, he's drunk as shit, and he's just smoking, allegedly, a fucking fat-ass fucking blunt, and he's surrounded by strippers.
Nice.
And he's just sipping and smoking, and he's strippers around him, and he's telling
Me?
girls to come over. And
Bren,
like,
Bren, hold on. Slow down, Bren. Slow down. You're frozen. All right.
Oh, he froze. He gone.
He's gone.
He gone.
Yeah.
It's the Instagram police that he's talking about allegedly things that he shouldn't be talking about, and they're cutting him his internet.
They got him. They just,
Oh, Sean's
SWAT
frozen
team
too.
SWAT team got them all.
Am I still frozen?
Oh, all y'all are frozen. There must be some shit going on.
Oh,
Wait,
You're back.
you guys are kind of coming back.
I see everybody again.
SWAT
The,
team
uh,
come in.
Paul Pierce police on we're all
Yo, Bren sounds like Daft Punk.
Work it harder.
I don't know what's going on with the internets, if it's mine or if it's y'all's.
And now Brandon's real one. I mean, you guys kind of look a little blurry and fuzzy to me as well.
All y'all are real choppy for me, so I am gonna close some windows and see what happens.
But you're not gonna get a good breeze. Your windows.
I like it. I like it a lot.
Yeah, you guys are frozen in place like statues.
What is going on? No.
Yeah, it could be a house party thing. House party could be having issues. We're still live, and I am perfectly clear to our viewers, but you guys are not.
I guess our sound is fucked up.
Let's try. Well, I guess you guys all tried leaving the room and coming back already. I'll
go see.
Let me leave the room and see what happens, I guess. How do I leave the room? Like this. Leave the room. Boop. Hey, I am by myself. Welcome to the Quarterback Factory Show. It's the Quarterback Blanco Show. The Quarter Blanc Factory Show. All right, let me join up. All right. Hey, Dan. Dan's here. Here, brother. Doop, doop, doop. My head's cut off. My head's cut off. Hey guys, I was just having a show by myself. What happened? Why you guys interrupting me?
I don't know, man. Everything just dropped off.
Yeah, everything is completely fucked up. I think it's a house party issue, to be quite honest with you. We need to have this reminds me of, we need to have a backup technology solution for shit like this.
Oh, most definitely.
Hey, there I am. Wait. Nope. It's just me and Sean. Frozen Sean.
Just the two of us.
Yeah.
We can make it if we try.
Dude, that sounded great. Dude, you sounded like a robot backing me up singing that shit. That was awesome.
Just the two of us.
I'm getting you guys back a little bit.
Yeah, it's completely bad for me. Like you guys are all robots.
Yeah, you too. It looks like I'm looking at you on like a Windows 98, like super pixelated.
Yeah, I'm telling you, it's house party. House party's fucking up.
You right now, you look like the Spice Channel on Hotbox.
Nice.
I got the chip.
Nice.
I can hear you as good. It's just you're all robots.
You guys sound great. You just look like shit.
You guys sound like robots to me.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
man. A little bit. It's like in and out. The audio's getting a little bit.
One more time, I'm gonna celebrate.
Yeah, it sounds really good. It sounds just like Daft Punk. You sound exactly like Daft Punk.
Perfect. One more time.
You guys, speaking of Daft Punk, you guys, I get some nerd shit in my news feeds. So you guys probably getting all sports shit, but I get a lot of nerd shit. You guys see that dude who made the Daft Punk Around the World song with Tesla coils?
No, that's pretty dope though.
It's amazing. Dude, it was amazing. He has these like 2 Tesla coils with whatever goes in the middle. I'm not an electricity nerd. I just get nerd shit in my feed. I don't know nothing about it. I would not know how to do this shit on my own. But he just like programmed the Tesla coils to hit certain frequencies, and he makes music out of it. And he literally makes a bunch of songs, but one of them, the first one I saw was a Daft Punk Around the World. I was like, yeah, this shit's amazing. That shit was amazing. But he did already.
You guys are back.
Yeah, you guys look great.
It's starting to look better. Yeah, it's getting better. Yeah. Somebody text Brent, tell him to get back in here. But yeah, he also did Africa by Toto. And a bunch of other classic songs.
Fucking hate that song. Fucking hate it.
I like that song. I think it's a really good song. Everybody likes it.
It was like, before the world decided to like it again.
Yeah.
It's all South Park's fault. When it is.
I think that's where. Yeah, that's probably why.
It's that fucking season with the member berries.
Just don't talk shit about it when Biggie's back, because that was his wedding song.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Main wedding song. That was his main wedding song.
It was?
Yeah.
Nah.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Well, he's gonna watch this episode now.
No, really?
Well, I mean, It wasn't like I mean they didn't walk down the aisle to that song or whatever, but it was
wow.
like
They play it like
it was like the centerpiece of the dance. It was like the
I
dance section.
misunderstood. I thought that was like the.
Yeah, no, he wasn't walking down the aisle to that shit. Like I was walking down the aisle to motherfucking March of the Imperial.
Nah.
Yeah, motherfucker, I don't fuck around.
Nah, me. We're doing. You guys have seen True Romance, right?
Oh yeah, Christian Slater. Yeah, Brad Pitt.
Yeah.
Absolutely. That's
That
old
Hans,
school. The
it's
pink
the
Cadillac.
the Hans Zimmer Joan that they do for it.
I don't
That's
know
what
it on
we're-
my head, but that was a great fucking movie.
Oh my god, dude, badass.
Dude,
That's
I
how
watched
me
that
and
shit when I was a
Kat,
kid.
That was our first like talking point. That's where we hit it off because she
Yeah?
had like a picture from True Romance as the background of her phone,
Nice.
and I just like I saw me and her were just like like we were sitting down next to each other, and I saw it out of the corner of my eye, and I was like, oh, True Romance, that's dope. That's a dope background, and I was like, I love that movie, and she was like,
Both of y'all are
what?
way too young to be
then-
loving that movie, and that's why y'all hit it
Nah,
off.
it's a banger. Dude, the cast is unbelievable.
Yeah, it is, but I'm saying that y'all was little. I was a kid when that movie came out. Y'all was little.
I think it
kids.
came out in like '93 or
yeah, I was
'94.
a little young
Yeah.
buck.
Twas
Yeah.
a young buck.
Yes.
I'm
He was
cultured
the
though.
young
No,
You
that's
know
what
that.
that's what I'm saying. For y'all two to be into that shit, that's cool.
Mhm.
That's like y'all are
Like,
old
what are
soul.
the-
Y'all are old
what are the
souls.
odds?
Young heads, but old souls.
Yeah, exactly. Shit, dude, we were dancing to Frank Sinatra in the delivery room.
Nice.
Oh, there he is.
Yeah.
Wait,
The
have we been
house
on
party.
Instagram
House
this whole
party's
time?
back. Yes, we have been on Instagram this whole time,
Excellent.
Yes.
That's some
Excellent.
great material.
and also
Yes.
recorded too. I also am recording this episode in case anybody was
Beautiful,
wondering.
beautiful,
Always.
beautiful.
All right, so did you guys want to jump right into some draft Eagles talk, news shit, or did you want to end on that, or did you want to end on the Sixers talk?
Listen, you know I'm always here for the draft talk.
House
This whole
party.
time.
Let's get the Eagles in.
Get the Eagles in?
Yeah.
All right, so since last time we talked, there was obviously some dramatic changes. Our Philadelphia Eagles, too much controversial display, traded out of their number 6 pick and traded back to the number 12 pick.
What?
Yeah, got a lot of mixed emotions. Yeah, got a lot of mixed emotions about that.
Wow.
The San Francisco 49ers go up into the number 3 pick, which they will obviously take a quarterback at that spot. And then the Miami Dolphins get our pick at number 6, a 3-way trade. We did acquire Miami's number 1 pick next year and a future, second, I think, and maybe like a 4th, something like that. I think we got another 4th this year.
We got a 4th this year, and we got their 1st next year.
Yeah. So basically, right now, if Carson Wentz plays 75% of the snaps for the Colts or 70% and making the playoffs, that conditional second in the trade with Indianapolis will turn into a 1st. So there is, in all likelihood, a very good chance that the Eagles go into the 2022 draft with 3 first-round draft picks.
Mm-hmm.
So when you look at it like that, with a team that is obviously rebuilding, you're going to need young assets. You're going to need cheap assets. So whether they keep all 3 of those first-round draft picks, package them to move up, package any for players, as much as it guts me like a fucking fish, I feel like it was, in the long run, a smart move. But you're going to miss out on just a lock player, in my opinion. And I can't wrap my head around watching Kyle Pitts or Jamar Chase go to somebody else and just light the fucking world on fire. And it's going to be one of those guys. It doesn't matter if it's the Eagles or the Flyers or the Sixers or the Phillies. There's always a story, and Sean, you can attest to this, that like my dad, your pop-up, and all said like, and it's always you see some guy flourish, and it's going to have been like, Eagles could have had him, or Phillies could have had him, or Sixers could have had him. And it's like, we were so happy about the 6th pick. Like, why the fuck did you lose that last game then? You got the 6th pick. Just so you can move it around. But we're already on the DK Metcalf. Eagles could have had him. Justin Jefferson. Eagles were one pick before him. Could have had him. Now it's like you got the 6th overall pick. You knew at least 3 quarterbacks were going, and then probably an offensive tackle. But I just don't want to see it happen.
It's the
I really
history of
don't.
the Eagles, man. It's what was it? It was 95 or 96. We picked Mike Mamula and Jermaine Mayberry, and the Bucks were like 2 picks after us, and they used their picks on Warren Sapp and Derek Brooks.
Yep.
I mean, that is the history of the Philadelphia Eagles.
So it's just like, how do you fuck up the 6th pick? You trade it away for the 12th pick. And not only do you do the 12th pick, and I heard Gargano talking about it today. He's like, oh, it's not a big deal. Who cares? You're picking 12th. Guess who's picking 10th and 11th? The fucking Cowboys and the fucking Giants.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, it doesn't matter. They're in different stages of rebuilds. And I'm like, yes, it fucking does. Jerry Jones sat out there in his fucking quadruple billion-dollar fucking yacht last year and was like, ooh, excellent. I'm going to take CeeDee Lamb. Even though we don't need a wide receiver and our team is starving for fucking defense, he knew that was the fucking shiny toy to go after for all the glitz and glamour. And he did it. And he fucked the Eagles. And then they fucked themselves because they didn't get fucking Justin Jefferson, who ended up being the best wide receiver of the whole fucking class last year. So, look,
I can I can see it. I'm sitting there we're sitting here on draft night. We're live. Jamar Chase is off the board. The 10th and the 11th pick come up. Pat Surtain and Micah Parsons are both sitting there at 10 and 11.
Is it Micah or Mika?
I don't know.
Micah Parsons.
With the 10th overall pick, the Dallas Cowboys select cornerback Alabama Patrick Surtain. With the 11th overall pick, the New York Giants select linebacker Penn State University Micah Parsons. And we're just sitting here with our dick in our fucking hands because Jamar Chase is gone, Kyle Pitts is gone, Penei Sewell and Rashawn Slater are gone, Micah Parsons and Pat Surtain are fucking gone, and we're sitting here like dickheads.
You know what they're gonna do?
I get the long
Philadelphia Jalen's.
We're gonna trade back again,
draft
a defensive end that doesn't even belong in the first round.
I mean, trading back again. Trading back again, I think I wouldn't be mad at trading back again because at this point it's like fuck it, because we're obviously, especially if we get some more, if we get some more capital for next year. So part of me is saying like, yeah, the long run, but it's not even that long of a long run because we're looking at next year as being better. Hopefully, if they can bring somebody in here who can draft.
My prediction,
or somehow Howie figures out how to draft good next year. I don't know, but the drafting. I think drafting back again and getting more capital would be okay in my book. Completely missing on the 12th pick, which is even more likely now than on the 6th pick. I mean, I guess I wouldn't be upset at like a Jalen Waddle or some shit, but obviously
thrilled with Waddle.
Yeah,
I don't think.
I guess we'd have to be because that's the logical pick at number 12.
Yeah.
And if Howie actually does that shit, we probably should all just do shots.
But you got to look at the way this draft is going to break down now and what's been going on in the NFL, like the moves and shakes that have been going on.
Oh yeah, and not to mention that the fucking Panthers just got Sam Darnold, so that takes them out of the quarterback conversation. So they're going for a positional player. So that double fucked us.
Darnold.
More than likely 4, 5, and 6 in some order or another is going to be Sewell, Jamar Chase, and Kyle Pitts going right there.
Yeah,
and absolutely. Then you're looking at
Sean Slater.
Yeah, you're looking at Rashawn Slater, and then you're looking at whoever the Panthers value as the best receiver because Curtis Samuel just went to Washington, so they're down a receiver. They could use a skill position guy.
Hey, remember a couple weeks ago when we were all like, yay, we're getting either Penei, Chase, or Pitts.
Yeah.
And we were all just like, hey, we'll take any one of those three.
That's what's fucking killing me, man.
That's
like,
we're literally going to have a...
And we're gonna. People are already.
You're talking 3 dudes who are like they consider all 3 of those prospects like generational all-pro level prospects, and you had a chance at least one of the 3 of them.
We knew we were going to get one.
3 quarterbacks were going to 3 picks.
That is what frustrates me when people talk about they're rebuilt. Like there'll be another freak next year, or I'm like, no. They said that Kyle Pitts' wingspan was the biggest wingspan of any prospect coming out in over 25 years.
And ran a
Freak, dude.
ran
I
a
think
sub
Pitts would have been
4.540 at 206.5, 240 pounds with a fucking massive wingspan running a sub 4.540.
Imagine him
Yep,
coming in
yep.
and challenging Goddard for the job, and then imagine us having both Goddard and Pitts. It's
Yeah.
like
Two physical freaks at the position. Both
Because
guys.
he can literally.
we
just
would
play
literally have to
fucking
change our show's
wide
name to the
receiver
Tight End
anyway.
Factory show.
Yeah.
But we can't do that now. We can't do that now. We're
In
still
all
a quarterback
reality,
factory
the
show.
Eagles have been a tight end factory more so than the quarterback factory. We've had pretty much great tight end play my entire life.
I think the tight end factory is more logical. We absolutely had great tight ends. It's more logical from a fan perspective, but the fact that Howie said quarterback factory show.
Oh, I know.
Or quarterback
it's
factory.
perfect.
Howie created
It's just-
us. He
I
created
can't-
us. He spawned. None of us existed in reality until Howie Roseman uttered the words quarterback factory, and then boom, simultaneously, all five of us. There's only four of us now, but all five of us just boom existed into existence, and here we are.
Man, listen, I get it. Like, I
can't.
get the long game style because the way you look at it is like, all right, next year, if we're not going to be a good team no matter what, if Jalen Hurts looks great and promising, and
Wouldn't you
wanna
get
move
him a
forward with
fucking
him,
legit weapon to make him look even better to see what you
Yeah,
really got?
but I mean, I get why we're looking towards next
Fuck
year's
that.
draft.
Send him out there with JJ Arcega-White, side not DK Metcalf, and see what the fuck happens.
With his fucking umbrella.
I get it, but I don't. You know what I mean? If
Yeah, I
Jalen
do
Hurts
too.
if Jalen Hurts looks good and promising, then you can recoup some extra assets by, if we're probably going to have a top 5 to 7 pick next year. So you can recoup some assets from trading back at that point because, teams are always starving to move up and try to get a quarterback or an offensive tackle. And if Mailata looks good as he did last year and Jalen Hurts looks good, then we can trade out of that spot and get extra assets.
Mailata's not going to play.
If Jalen Hurts looks bad, which I think the team doesn't really have any faith in him, then we're looking at, okay, we're going to have a top 3 to 5 pick, and we're going to have these extra 2 first-round picks, a second-rounder, and a pair of third-rounders. So we have plenty of ammo to load up the team. If we have the 4th pick, but we want to jump to number 1, we can go, or the 4th pick, an extra first-rounder, one of our third-rounders, and move up from 4 to 1. So I get it, but I don't, because you don't fucking move out of a slot where you can get a once-in-a-generation prospect. You have a handful of guys in this draft that are, some of the best of the decade when it comes to prospect evaluation with Jamar Chase, Trevor Lawrence, Penei Sewell, Kyle Pitts. Those 4 guys are some of the most highly regarded prospects that I've ever seen or ever heard of. And I've been really into college football for, 15 years. I really got into it early in high school. And so these are some of the most dominant guys ever. And we had a chance to get, it wasn't a chance. We were
It was a
guaranteed
lock.
to get
One of
one
them,
of
yeah,
the
at least
3
one
of
of them.
those guys. And we fucking
And it's going to be
Howie trying to be the smartest dude in the room.
Yep. And it's gonna, and I like I said, I hate to be like, I get it, but the Eagle fan side of me does not fucking get it.
Yeah.
When he tried to, there was a rumor, I don't know if it was true, but that he was trying to go up and get
Zach
Wilson.
Wilson. Yeah.
A bird in the hand is
third
worth
pick.
two in
And
the bush,
when that
dude.
happened, did he panic and be like, now we can't do this? Let me get more assets. What was his thinking for that? It's that shit that's just making us fucking pissed as fans on what the fuck are you doing? Why we were set in a perfect position already. There's no need to go up. But if, like we said earlier in previous casts, if you think there is somebody in this draft that was going to be better than
Sounds like a Dan
is your
rant.
guy, that you go up and
Yeah,
get
it
him.
does.
I get that, but you're just screwing around now, and it's just what are you doing?
Like you're playing fucking Madden.
Yeah, exactly.
It's
I
a
think-
bird in the hand is worth 2 in the bush, dude. We were there. We had our whoever fell to us at number 6 we were going to, because the first 3 picks are going to be quarterbacks. That was set in stone even before San Fran moved up to 3.
Yeah.
Everybody knew Miami wasn't going to take a quarterback with the 3rd slot. So either they were going to trade out, you know what I mean? They were going to trade out no matter what. Those first 3 or 4 picks, there was going to be 3 quarterbacks taken. So you had your chance, and you fucked up. You fucked up.
Yep.
I think
you know what they're going to do?
One of the things
they're going to trade back to 15 with New England.
Mm-hmm.
And then they're going to get that fucking was it Jalen Phillips? That defensive end from Miami.
There's another Jalen in the draft that they can get.
Yep.
God damn, how many Jalens are there?
You know what? And
happier.
I'd say give me your other second because they only have 1 second.
All right, so listen. The way I didn't like Caleb Farley to begin with, and I think we talked about this in the group chat too. I didn't love Caleb Farley, and finding out that he has a herniated disc, that explains a lot of the problems that I had with him. He just didn't look fluid. Caleb Farley is probably out of the first round conversation, at least the top half, which means J.C. Horn and Jalen. Jalen, Jesus Christ, it's just absolutely
Philadelphia Jalen's.
It means J.C. Horn and Pat Surtain pushed higher up the priority list. There's a chance that at number 12, I mean, Jalen Waddle, Jamar Chase, Micah Parsons, J.C. Horn, Pat Surtain, Rashawn Slater could all be gone. And if that's what we're looking at 12, fucking Smith back.
So what about if Devontae Smith is still there?
I don't want Devontae Smith.
I don't think anybody does.
I don't want Devontae Smith.
I do.
He's the Deshaun Jackson thing with him. That's great. We have somebody that can run down the field, greased fucking lightning. That's awesome. But you get maybe 4 or 5 of those plays a year. I need somebody that can be dominant in the fucking red zone, in and out.
We could have had that with Pitts. Take a Whiteside.
Oh, yeah, great.
That's not his name.
Yeah, I want a real, true, all-around receiver. And if we got Jamar Chase, Jamar Chase looks like fucking Julio Jones. You have a chance. Kyle Pitts looks like Tony fucking Gonzalez. Like, you got fucking Penei Sewell looks like the second coming of fucking Anthony Munoz. And you have 3 dudes sitting here.
I really, honestly, that's my favorite pick of the draft. I kind of really, really wish that I know when we were at 6, there was a slight hope, but not a great chance that he was probably the least likely out of those top 3 dudes that we were likely to get. Him,
Sewell?
Yeah, Sewell. I think he was the least likely to fall to us, but he was the one I wanted. And that's the reason why is he's the least likely to fall to 6 is the reason why I want him, because obviously offensive lineman, you want that. You want that. With our aging offensive line, we need that youth. You know what I mean?
And whether it's Jalen Hurts or somebody we draft next year, we're going to be moving forward and building with a young quarterback.
It's the more sound investment right there.
Yeah.
Right.
This might be Jason Kelsey's last year too, so you got to also fill that position.
Yeah.
And
you're going to be shuffling the line around.
Shuffling around. Yeah.
Salamalu or whatever.
Jason Peters will be back. So.
Lane Johnson ain't getting no younger.
I just watched JJ Arcega-Whiteside make a catch.
Was that his only catch of the season right there against Pittsburgh?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, he made a catch at the 10-yard line.
You're literally watching his highlight reel.
Yeah. He made a catch at the 10-yard line with 5 seconds left until halftime, and he jumped up and waved his hands because he couldn't believe he celebrated.
I remember that. It was a huge gain too, right? It was like a 50-something yard gain or something. Wasn't it big? It was
like
a big
40 yard.
Yeah.
He's like, I caught it. I caught it, Mom. Come on, Mom, I caught it. She ran out with an umbrella.
And that's his highlight reel.
Yeah, I don't know.
Arcega-Whiteside's the little kid with that was wrapped in bubble wrap in the Little Giants.
Yes, he was. And that was me with my allergies last week. That's why I didn't come on. That was horrible. I was telling before you came on, you can't see in my eye. It's like red and like purple, like right there. I actually broke a blood vessel in my eyelid from sneezing so hard so many times from my fucking allergies. So for anybody out there that's got allergies or has experienced allergies in the past, it's not fucking fun. especially when you go on a sneezing rant and you
I'll
can't
get
fucking
like
stop.
I'll get like the occasional like redness or like a little bit of a bloody nose,
back.
but from being dried out. But
Yeah.
holy shit, that's intense stuff right
Yeah,
there.
it's next level. That's why I wasn't on last week, dude. I couldn't even see. My eyes like swelled shut. It
I
was
wasn't
fucking
on last week
awful.
because I worked 58 hours by myself, and Adriana fell asleep in the crevice of my neck.
Crevice.
So, Sean, my question for you is Dallas does go ahead and ruin our day and
It's
take
homebrew time.
Surtain. Is Horn worth that 12th pick? I mean, so say it's Devontae Smith, Parsons, and Horn. They're available at 12.
Parsons.
Who would you take Parsons?
Yeah, but Howie won't.
No, he won't. It's a
Makes
fucking
too much
Howie
linebacker.
sense.
Yeah, because Michael
We just signed
Parsons
him. We
has a
just
chance
signed
to
a
be.
linebacker. We're good.
Yeah, Michael Parsons has a
did.
chance to be like Luke Kuechly good, and
Yeah, that dude's a monster.
he really does.
He's
He's
an
like
ogre.
There's no
he's
way
like
we're
Pat
getting him.
Ogre
Willis.
monster.
Yeah, he's like Pat Willis good, dude. He's just like a fucking freak. But
They're gonna take a defensive end.
yeah,
I think those three are going to be there, but
watch
They're
out
gonna
for
take.
I mean,
They're gonna
Quiddy Pay.
Yeah,
I
They're saying
they
will
fucking take that. Will
fucking-
just
I'll jump through my fucking window. I'm only gonna fall 3 feet onto the grass, but I'll jump out the
pay.
fucking
It's pay.
Pay. Pay.
they're talking about Dallas maybe taking him to team up with DeMarcus Lawrence.
Who Quiddy Pay?
Yeah,
Nah, Jerry Jones is dumb, but he ain't dumb enough to take that fucking dude at 11 or 10.
I was watching the draft show this morning, and they say defensive end that is slowly moving up the rankings.
No.
It's Quiddy.
Listen.
That's what I actually said that. I was like, they're going to take Quiddy Pay or Russo or Phillips from Miami. Those three guys. Mark my words. You know why? They took fucking Fletcher Cox at 12. They took Derek Barnett at 14. And Brandon Graham, what was he?
14 or 15?
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's their defensive end. And you know what they're like? Oh, we gotta stack the line. I get it.
I
You got a
would.
lot of
Yeah, I mean,
holes,
like
man, but
the lines are old, man. Getting old. They might do that. You're right. I mean, that might be the
I'm telling you,
surprise of the
dude.
draft
People
of
we
them
have
taking.
on the pay, like on locked up, we have guys that are supposed to be our pieces moving forward. You just re-upped Derek Barnett to $10 million. You signed Javon Hargraves, who's only 28 years old. You have Josh Sweat on the roster. It's there's no reason when we have screaming in our face fucking needs at a much older offensive line, wide receiver, and cornerback. I think undoubtedly those are our three biggest needs is O-line, wide receiver, and corner.
Yeah.
It's really not even a fucking question.
all right. So let me put it to you this way: you're at 12. Parsons is there. You take him
Yes.
without hesitation.
But I'm the GM, not Howie.
Yeah,
I mean,
I'm just saying you're the GM.
yeah.
Michael Parsons is sitting there at 12. You take him.
It would take me
If
12
if Michael
seconds.
Parks is there at 12, you take him.
Yeah. It would take me 12 seconds to hand the fucking card in for the pick.
Okay.
Right. Sean loves Michael Parks.
I
Now,
do.
every name that I say, you're going to assume that the name before is gone. Parsons is gone. You're sitting there at 12. Somehow, Jalen Waddle fell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's risky because he's had a little bit of a history of getting banged up, but I think that he's a good enough route runner and a good enough combination of in the red zone and in between the 20s. So yeah, I would take him there. It's not bad value at 12.
Okay. Obviously, Surtain's not going to fall to us. Dallas, I think, is going to take. But if it were, obviously, he's the pick there.
Oh yeah, over Parsons or Jalen Waddle.
Waddle,
Surtain would
yeah.
be my guy.
Yeah. Who else was I going to say? Oh, damn. Nate Garrett just got fucking trampled.
Story of the year.
So, how about this one? What if this is highly doubtful. What if Rashawn Slater fell to 12?
Oh yeah, and Parsons and Waddle are both gone.
It might be there.
I personally would take
I think
in
Carolina.
order at 12, depending on if in a perfect world where they're all there, I would put it in the order of Surtain, Parsons, Rashawn Slater, Jalen Waddle, J.C. Horn, and then Devontae Smith. If you're talking about all the guys that could possibly be in that range, that's the order I would go in.
But they'll go ahead and pick like they're picking in the 20s.
And
Get,
whatever
like-
we do in the first round, we have to mirror that in the second round to an extent. Like if we decide we want to go all in on building the trenches and we draft a Rashawn Slater type in the first round, then I would go defensive end in the second round, and that's okay. Because, there's definitely going to be some good value picks there. There's a kid from UCF. I can't think of his name off the top of my head, but he looks like he can be like a decent pro. If we go with Jalen Waddle in the first round, I would like to see us try to maybe get Asante Samuel Jr. in the second round. There's a dude.
Dude, they're saying he might go
first round
to the Saints, like at 28.
Yeah. Well, it's Caleb Farley.
So what if that happened? What if you get a call from like the fucking Steelers at like 22? They're like, yo,
we'll give you a first rounder next year.
Or we'll give you our 2 this year. You trade back to 22. You take Asante Samuel Jr. at 22.
What about safety?
Too high. Safety, I'm all right.
Not at 12. I mean, you're like you said, if we're going into the second round, maybe getting a say. What's that dude? Mohig or something? What else is his name?
But Mo knows that.
Mo-Rig.
Mo don't know Jack.
Mo
can't rap.
I guess.
I know you're talking about.
That's what I was thinking. Maybe they reach for a safety at that position.
I wouldn't personally go
in the
out
second round, but if you're building on defense in the first, are you
we need to build a wall.
You're gonna mix it up. Like, I don't know. It's no longer are you building for taking the best at that position, or are you doing?
I'm satisfied with safety. I mean, McLeod is serviceable, and he's a really good glue guy. Anthony Harris is a really, really nice signing.
Yeah, I agree.
In Kayvon's limited action, he seemed like a really willing tackler. So I think we have 3 decent safeties to roll with. That's like way at the bottom of my priority list. It's, having a legit outside corner that can learn under Slay for a year or 2 and possibly develop into a true playmaker. That's way more important to me than getting a safety. You can't just plug and play at safety. It's not like I'm not devaluing the importance of the position because we saw for a long time what bad safety play can do. But
you can also see what good safety can play.
Right.
With other teams, not just
It's
but
true.
just throwing it out there. I mean, like, McLeod is not here much longer, in my opinion.
No, he's not getting any younger.
So we'll
Well,
I was thinking I was just in the back of my head there, like maybe they can sneak in and get a really good safety. That's maybe a ball hog or something like that. So I just seen a little bit of him. I wasn't too sure. So. Not much.
You're talking about defense?
Maybe, just throwing it out there.
So, Sean, if you kind of like think about it, after the top 12 guys, there's like really like a top 12, and then there's a drop off.
Huge drop.
So you're on that edge of. I mean, obviously you're at the 12th pick, so your top 12 guys, what 4? Maybe 5 are quarterbacks.
I mean, in a perfect world, 5 quarterbacks go before we pick because that's just naturally going to push some talent down to us.
Okay, so say.
Yeah,
I'm going to say it's
I think
lock.
New England's going to jump in there and try to get a quarterback.
I'm going to say it's a lock that 4 are taken.
Yeah,
before us,
definitely a lock.
Okay, so then.
And it depends on how people feel about Trey Lance. You know what I mean? I think the 3 guys and Mac Jones are all going to go within those top 12 picks and then possibly Trey Lance.
Do you think his real name is like McCoracle or something? Like Mac Jones. His real name is McCoracle Jones or something. I don't know. But you think about it.
His name's Mackenzie.
Oh, I listened to this podcast yesterday. And these dudes were like, "I'm taking McCorkle Jones," and they were like, "Oh, I'm like, who the fuck is McCorkle Jones?" I was like, "Oh, Mac Jones."
Yeah, but you didn't think about this though.
But think about it.
Seriously though, the Cowboys are another, Dak Prescott herd away from.
Watch them sell the fucking farm and go get Pitts.
Yeah, I mean
that would be
the
ultimate.
So.
That would be the ultimate.
And they might pick Trey Lance
poker.
at what are they 10? They picked number 10,
That's like
right?
my worst. That's like literally my fucking
Justin
worst.
Fields,
nightmare,
but they take
Dude,
Justin
people were
Fields?
talking about it. Colin Cowherd was talking about it. He was like, "Yeah, he's like, don't be surprised if Jerry Jones tries to get crazy and trade up and get fucking Pitts." You imagine that? That would be a hot poker in the dick to all
just
Eagles
like
fans.
a Philly kid that we had in our fucking grasp, once in a generation.
He would do it just because he knows everybody in Philly would just everybody in Philly would do that at the same time.
Yeah, they burned the city down.
That's what he would want. That's exactly. He
point,
wouldn't do it for any other reason but that.
Dude, mark my word. If that happens 3 weeks from tonight, when we're sitting here, then the Philadelphia 76ers better win the fucking title this year, or
and the Phillies.
Somebody.
And the Flyers better go on a hot streak and make it playoffs.
Somebody better win, or somebody's gonna die.
We need all three sports to carry the Eagles' non-success.
So, Sean, if you think about it, if just say it's a lock that 4 quarterbacks are going to go in the top 12, and so there's a good chance that one of those guys has to fall to you, right? Theoretically, even though they're saying that theoretically, right?
The way I see this breaking down,
they're counting. Oh, Carson Wentz just threw an interception. They're counting Devontae Smith in that top 12.
I don't think he goes 12, dude. I think
they're saying that fucking the Giants are in love with him.
All right, I mean, hey,
they had a cool name for him though. I'm not gonna lie, they were calling him the Slim Reaper.
Oh God,
because he's so skinny.
Listen, Devontae Smith going in the top 12 just helps us. But I've seen certain people that are higher on Rashad Bateman, the kid out of Minnesota, than Devontae Smith.
No thanks. SEC. Thanks.
Yeah, no.
I just think the Broncos and the New England's really going to help push back some because they need quarterbacks. I'm thinking they're going to swoop in, or at least New England, and at least 5 are going to be off the board before they gets to us. That's just what I'm thinking.
I see.
And then that gives us.
It's just even more reason for us to be pissed off because Howie's going to fuck that shit up.
Yeah,
the top 3 picks are going to be quarterbacks. The 4th pick to the Falcons is probably going to be Penei Sewell. The 5th pick is probably going to be Jamar Chase. Or
6 to Pitts.
6th pick is probably going to be Pitts. Who's picking 7th? 7th is Detroit. I mean, Detroit could really go anywhere. Detroit could go Surtain. Detroit could go with because Kenny Galladay is gone. True. So Detroit could go with what you'll call it. They could go with the Jalen Waddle, or if they fall.
Maybe they grab Smith, yeah.
Devontae Smith right there.
Yeah, that'd be good.
8 with the Panthers, it's almost guaranteed that they're either going to go with skill position or like a wide receiver or an offensive lineman. So that could
I think OT too for that, yeah.
That could take Rashawn Slater or whatever best receiver available off the board at 8. If you assume that the Broncos are going to take a quarterback, if they're going to take Mac Jones, if they love him, there's number 9 right there. Number 10 is who the hell's picking
Dallas?
Cowboys.
Dallas. Is it Dallas? Yeah.
Dallas is picking number 10. I mean, maybe Jarrah wants to accumulate some picks too, and he'll trade back with a team like the Patriots. And
that's what I'm thinking. There's one of them two, maybe them or the Giants trade back New England.
Jarrah will not trade back.
I think he loves the idea that he's picking before the Eagles.
Yeah, or I mean, when the 12th pick comes along and Trey Lance is still on the board, somebody might come calling then. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Somebody might come calling us. And I got to be honest, if Surtain, Parsons, and Rashawn Slater aren't on the board if all three of them get drafted somewhere along the line, I'd rather trade back, dude. Just go all in on
Yeah,
next
but
year.
if those three are gone, then theoretically somebody else has to be there on
Well,
the
no,
big
I
board.
mean, you got to think, dude. If there's, I don't want Devontae Smith at 12. I think that's high. That's rich for a one-trick pony. That's a little too rich for my blood for a one-trick pony.
I
So
thought he was like the best route runner and all, not just a one trick stretch the field pony.
he's a
That's why he's
fantastic
like
route runner. But the problem
like
is running your
6'1".
routes in spread wide open college football. When I mean you're playing in the SEC, don't get me wrong, but you're still playing. You might go up against 2 to 3 professional corners during a season, and I have a lot of questions whether a big body cornerback like a Richard Sherman, obviously in his prime, is just gonna body you the fuck up, and you ain't gonna go nowhere. Because if you get your hands on that dude, it might be hard to get your hands on him, but if you get your hands on him, you're out of the play. And he gives us nothing in the run game. If you watch the Colts offense last year, Nick Sirianni as the offensive coordinator with Frank Reich, coming from the Frank Reich school, he's going to want to run the ball. You're going to need receivers that can at least give you a threat to block, so to speak. And it's a lot of West Coast, East-West type of routes. And, those little dudes don't do so great on them 10-yard slants. And you already have a small, speedy receiver with Jalen Reagor. So I just feel like Devontae Smith just in general isn't really the direction that the Eagles are going to go, and I don't think it's the direction I would want to go either. So
Sirianni has no say.
Well, I guess you're
He
right.
does not.
No.
I'll be right back.
No.
Right.
Where are you going, Dan? Bring us with you.
I'm excited.
Sorry.
I'm excited.
Another name to watch at 12 possibly, especially if Rashawn Slater's gone. And I personally like him a little bit better. I think Rashawn Slater is going to be a really good offensive tackle, but he could
Kelly
be
Slater?
Rashawn Slater. Kelly Slater's brother. If I think Rashawn Slater would be a really good offensive tackle, but I think he'd be even better as a guard. Don't be surprised to see him move in a guard. The dude I like, and I actually had him higher than Rashawn Slater, is Elijah Vera Tucker. He meets all the Howie criteria. He can play multiple positions on the offensive line. He is he's one of those like athletic freaks, like a workout warrior, and he is from the Pac-10. So might as well.
No.
All right. Well, that's enough fucking. I'm just gonna end it on that.
Sorry to end it on a sour note, but
Look, I'm trying.
I'm not the GM, so we're probably going to see either Kwity Paye, Greg Rousseau, Jalen Phillips, or Elijah Vera Tucker at the 12th pick.
And you know why they're gonna take Kwity Paye too? They're gonna be like,
Because the Michigan defensive end, and they want Brandon Graham all over again.
fucking exactly.
Yeah.
It was following in the footsteps of the Super Bowl stripping hero Brandon Graham. The Eagles got Kwity Paye.
So we might win another Super Bowl in 2036? 2038?
2030, yeah, 2038. Right in time for Adriana's 18th birthday.
That's be an even number.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2036, 2038, one of
36
them.
or 38. Either one sounds good.
What year did Brandon Graham
look,
get drafted? What year did Brandon Graham
I'm looking at a
get
mock
drafted?
draft right now. They got Kyle Pitts going to the Bengals at 5, Jamar Chase to the Dolphins at 6, Justin Fields 7, Rashawn Slater 8 to the Panthers, 9 Penny Sewell, 10 edge Kwity Paye, 11 wide receiver Devontae Smith to the Giants, 12 cornerback Patrick Surtain to the Eagles, 13 J.C. Horn to the Chargers.
Never happened.
15 Micah Parsons. Jalen Waddle falls 16 to the fucking Cardinals.
Pure fiction.
It's an urban legend.
Yeah, I can't see the Cardinals drafting a receiver.
It's an urban legend that never happened.
Why not?
Huh?
Why not?
Because the Cardinals have Hopkins. They got the dude Andy Isabella. They got Christian Kirk, and they just signed the wide receiver in free agency. I can't think of his name, but he's a decent player.
Why would you not just load up on fucking talent for him to throw to? For Kyler Murray
it must
to
be
throw
nice to have some wide
Why not?
receivers.
Why not have DeAndre Hopkins with Christian Kirk and Jalen Waddle to study under Larry Legend Fitzgerald?
He's still going to be coming in for his 18th season, right? Or is it 19?
Oh, they signed AJ Green. That's who the Cardinals signed.
Yeah, AJ Green.
Oh,
Urban
AJ
legend.
Green.
So
And
why would you not? Why would you not line up DeAndre Hopkins, AJ Green, Larry Fitzgerald, and Jalen Waddle? Why not? Why not?
Jesus Christ.
Why not? Carson just threw another interception, by the way.
Yo, speaking of all this mock draft bullshit,
Pulling this from the grave.
It's 40. It's 31 to 14. 10
we
left.
need-
10
we need a
32
new-
left in the third quarter.
Fast forward to the end. We need a new mock draft up on the blog.
Yeah, I know. I've been fucking slacking on the blog.
What
dude.
do you got a full-time job or something? Pfft.
Yeah.
Stop.
Yeah, the blog's been hurting, man. We need to get that thing back on its feet.
I know, man.
I'm trying to get something.
I'm just gonna go on the blog and write everything in capitals so everybody knows I'm yelling the entire time when I'm writing it,
Do it.
just to get my point across.
Google might penalize us, but that's okay. I don't give a shit. Do it.
I need to finish. I haven't even touched the defense for the fucking big boards, which is pathetic. I plan to have the big board almost done by this point. I wanted to line it up with a week before draft
Eagles
night.
don't care about defense anyway. Just
Yeah,
kidding.
you're right. But
They
overall,
do about defensive ends. So.
I got edge
Little
rushers,
ones.
linebackers,
Levi
interior defensive linemen,
Aguzakira.
safeties, and corners. So I got 5 big boards to drop in 3 weeks. I can make it happen.
Damn, you're busy.
I can make it happen.
It ain't gonna happen. It's okay.
No, I will.
So-
I will.
It never happened.
Any chance that the Eagles can snag in a late pick, in the first round, if they move back or something like that?
I don't want
Picks?
if they move if they move back again from 12.
But they'll probably reach for somebody like Sean said, like Biggie.
They're definitely going to reach for
Biggie.
somebody.
Brandon,
Absolutely
you
somebody.
said they trade back to 20 something and pick
What about if they pick
Asante
12?
Samuel's kid, and Sean said that was reach. That's too early for
To reach.
I'm
him.
thinking what they have, the assets that they have, maybe they do pick at 12 and maybe try to sneak in again and get another pick. It can happen, maybe.
Hey,
if they're
it
gonna,
can happen. I wish I had that soundbite.
I'm not moving back significantly. If the Patriots want to throw a 2 our way to move from 15 to 12, sure. But I'm not moving back significantly for anything other than a first rounder next year. You might as well just throw the whole fucking boat in on next year's draft.
Yeah.
If you move back to 12,
I wouldn't be mad at that at all.
if you move back to 15 from 12 with the Patriots, do you take J.C. Horn there?
Yeah, I would feel comfortable taking Horn there because he's got a lot of upside, man. He might have the highest upside of any corner in the draft. Surtain is just that safe, steady, it's corner has one of the highest bust rates of any position, but overall I would say
No, the Eagles would know that.
Yeah. But I would feel okay. I could definitely reason taking Horn at 15 because he has
But then that doesn't. Why not take him at 12?
because I want
15. He'll be there at 15, and if you can get something for that 15,
Yeah, but
He's got
I don't know. I don't think he's
because
going to be there.
they'll get
I don't think
him
he's
at
gonna be there
15
at
and
15.
somebody else.
If
he's got
Sean's
a
doing all the
floor but a high
Sean's doing
ceiling.
for him, he's not going to be there. He's not going to be there at 15.
Well,
That's just what I'm thinking. But
He's got a low floor but a high ceiling. That's the whole thing with Horn. Is
Okay, so
like,
Sean, here, this last thing I'll say.
we're here.
Last thing I say. So, top 12 talent in the draft, and then it's a significant drop off. You stay at 12. Just theoretically say 4 quarterbacks, no matter when they go, are gone. Who are the absolute locks to be off the board by the time the Eagles pick? Definitely Sewell.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely Slater.
Yeah, someone will come grab him.
Definitely Pitts.
Definitely,
Definitely Chase.
absolutely.
Okay. So then you got 4 other players and 4 more picks, right? Which is Waddle, Smith, Parsons, Surtain.
Yeah.
So all 4 of those guys, and I know you don't like Smith, are studs. Correct?
Debate. Yeah. I mean,
I know. Just put aside your Devontae Smith feelings. But say that somebody just say that it's true. Like the Giants do like Smith and they take him. So then you got Surtain, Parsons, and Waddle
at 12.
Yeah,
I'm playing.
That would be like if you got all those
no, I'm not
dudes
saying,
at 12.
Like one of
I'm saying,
one
I'm
of
saying
the
by
three.
the time
That's a good scenario, right? One of those.
I said that,
any one of those three.
I'm playing the celebration song.
I'm saying 8 guys. 8 guys are guaranteed to be gone.
Yes, within the top 10 picks. Absolutely.
Correct. So then you're still going to have 4 guys who I just named: Devontae Smith, Jalen Waddle, Micah Parsons, and Patrick Surtain.
And that's if 5 quarterbacks go in the top.
No,
8.
that's 4. It's only
just
4
okay.
quarterbacks.
Yeah.
So say 5 though, that might push one other. So if 4 quarterbacks go, which I think is the minimum to go in the top 10, you'll still have theoretically one of those 4 guys to pick from, who I think really isn't a can't miss aside from Slim Reaper, who you don't like.
If any of those out of the 4, if any of those 4 are there, with the exception of Devontae Smith, I'm taking them. I'm staying at 12. I'm taking either Parsons, Surtain, or Waddle. I'm on
record. I'm on record right now by saying I would be cool with any 4 of them.
Hey, I mean, listen,
Dan?
there's been times where me, you, every fucking draft expert, we know our scouting department's been wrong plenty of times. You know what I mean?
Plenty, all the time.
All the time.
Not our scouting department, the Eagles scouting
They
department.
haven't had a first-round pick, and I've said this before. They haven't made a first-round pick in a draft in I don't know how long, I can't remember, where my first reaction wasn't, who? Like,
Lane
And then
Johnson.
you get some great story
Yeah, I
afterwards,
guess,
like
Lane Johnson.
oh yeah, they
Lane Johnson and
Marcus
Carson
Smith
Wentz are the only 2
had
that
Lane
didn't
Johnson-
say
Lane
who.
Johnson-
sacks.
Yeah.
Wait, just listen. Like you get some great story from the pick too. You're like, who? So then you get what did I just say? Fucking Marcus Smith. Oh, he had 16
Marcus Smith,
sacks.
2.
He broke the record.
Marcus
then you
Smith,
had
2.
who
Barnett.
was
Yeah,
They were
broke
Barnett.
Reggie White's
playing on our
broke
feelings.
Reggie White's record, and then
Yeah.
Yep. They were
Like,
tugging our dicks with that. They were
like it's after every single one.
Yep.
Like after you go who, and they give you this great story, and you're like, okay. And then okay. Just fucking terrible.
You go,
LeBron James.
So I don't know, man.
Strom is a good pick.
Hopefully, out of those 4, I'm okay with, because it's not going to be like who. But if they reach out, like
I don't know why.
Hey,
It's going to be
oh
Hingle
my goodness,
McCringleberry.
Fucking.
Yeah.
Then I might go, what the fuck? But out of those
Hey,
4,
man.
I guess I'm okay with.
I don't know why.
They
But
take
I
a chance on Devontae Smith. Whatever, man.
Devontae Smith could be Tyreek Hill. He could be. I don't know. Nobody does. At the
And
end
then
of
I
the
hear
day, you
things
just
that
gotta
Waddle's
look.
was probably the best coming in here if it wasn't for injuries. I could be wrong on that, but that's
he got
his.
He
was supposed to be
ankle.
like coming out would be
He
the
was
top
supposed
picks,
to-
but
Eagles
Yeah,
love
he was
those
supposed to
guys.
be the guy at Bama, not Devontae Smith. Waddle was supposed to be that dude who was
Yeah.
supposed to be all last season. As I was like building up into this college football season, it was Jamar Chase, Jalen Waddle.
yeah.
Jamar Chase, Jalen Waddle, and then you know what I mean, and then a gap, and then you had your Rashad Batemans and your Devontae Smiths of the world. You know, Devontae Smith was not even talked about as a top 25 pick until he fucking blew up this year. You know what I mean? Some
Yeah.
people had him mocked in the second round. So that's another thing. It's like this this 1 year wonder type of stuff. It kind of scares me.
And he got
he
talent too, right?
he was blocked
Their
by
talent over there in Alabama was
exactly.
ridiculous.
He was blocked. He had Jerry Jeudy, and during his career, like his 4 year career at Alabama, he played behind Calvin Ridley, Jerry Jeudy, Henry Ruggs, Jalen Waddle. So it's hard to get playing time. It is. It's hard to get playing time, and Derrick Henry only started 1 year at Alabama. You know what I mean? Because of just the influx of talent they have at all positions. So
Well
it's
said.
it's. I mean, at the end of the day, dude, it's college production doesn't always translate to the NFL.
That is correct.
Look at Ron Dane. Ron Dane was one of the most prolific fucking running backs in college football history and didn't amount to anything. I mean, he got in a little bit of legal trouble, but
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's the way I'm going to leave that. So we'll see 3 weeks from tonight. We'll be sitting here having this same conversation. Hopefully not. I'll be down the shore, so hopefully after the pick, I won't take a long walk into the ocean on 2nd Street, never to return.
It's very cold. Very cold in April.
Yeah, I think we're going down tomorrow. Polar bear punch Saturday. Yeah.
I'm gonna go in with my boot.
With your boot?
Yeah.
Dan's gonna go in with his boot. You saw, Dan has a boot, right, Sean?
I don't think Sean knows.
Just one boot.
A boot.
Yeah.
Das boot.
Oh,
yeah,
Das boot.
We went to this witch that was disguised as a bartender, put a hex on Dan when we were up the mountains, and he fell out of the bar and broke his ankle.
Oh, wait, really?
She was like,
first it started off like
she
me
was
asking for her. I told her to put on basketball, and she
like,
just looked me straight in the eyes and came like real close and was like, "Absolutely fucking not." And I was in shock.
Yeah, and then we're like, okay.
But she still put it on though.
Yeah, and she's like, Dan's like, "Excuse me, do you know how to make Irish car bombs?" And she was like,
"Or no," I said, "Can you make Irish car bombs?"
Yeah. She was like, "You're at an Irish bar. What the fuck do you think?" So he's hard, oh man. My god, dude,
it's awesome.
And then he was like, he's like, "Why does this lady hate me?" And then we were leaving, and he was complaining about her as he was walking out the door, and he was like,
this thing.
Holy shit!
Yeah, in the Das boot.
Dude, he walked around all Saturday and Sunday, just like, "Oh man, my ankle's killing me." Then he went in.
Saturday was drunk and good. Saturday was great because I could walk on it at night because I was drunk, and Sunday it really just kicked in. Like, wow, this is fat as shit. Like, fattest my ankle has ever been. And then I was like, okay, I put up with it. Monday, it was like, okay, it's not getting any better. Then me and Britt were in the car. She's like, "You're going to the hospital. Let's go. We're going to urgent care." So we went. They took X-rays and stuff like that, and she was like, "Yeah, well, it's broke." And I was like, "Great."
Well,
it's broke.
Did they say you had a pre-existing break?
Yeah, she was like, "Oh yeah, you had a pre-existing break too." But then I went to the orthopedic doctor, and he was the coolest fucking dude. He was like really cool. Like, some doctors can be dicks, and this dude wasn't. Like, he was like, "Well, yeah, I don't see anything. You're good. You're not gonna die." I was like, "Fucking great."
Cool.
That is awesome.
That's a good way to lead it.
And then he left me with this like really cool bear joke. Like, he was like, "Yeah, I'm afraid of bears." And I was like, because we were talking about being down in the mountains. And I was like, yeah, my buddy was walking his dog and he seen bear shit. And he was like, "Yeah, man, I'm really like scared. Bears are like the primal fucking rage they have. They can climb, they can fucking outrun you, they can fucking eat you with a one bite." And I was like, "Yeah, man, that's true." And he was like, I don't know if this is right how he told it, but he was like, there was two people, like, it was a bear joke. And he was like, "Yeah, there's two people, because he said the bears were really fast, and there was two campers, and they both didn't have shoes on or something. So the bear comes, and they're both running, and one of one of the campers say, "Why are you grabbing your shoes?" He's like, "Well, I don't need to outrun the bear. I just need to outrun you." I think it's somewhere in that along the lines it went. I probably told it wrong, but I thought it was hilarious. So
You know what else they say about bears? They can smell the menstruation. Bears, Ron! Bears!
So,
Well, that's just great, Ed.
So
now
that
you're putting the whole station in
fucking-
jeopardy.
That witch, man. I hope I
There
never
goes
see
Lane
her.
Johnson, leaving on a cart.
That reminds me of when I was in 8th grade. I was playing pickup game with my buddies.
There's a guy named Okafor on the fucking Steelers.
Oh, God. Bad
Another
memories.
Sixer fucking shit pick.
Oh my God.
I was in I mean, you guys all know how my mom is. Obviously, Brandon the most. I was in the 8th grade. And I was playing pickup basketball. It was like me, Mickey, and Tom Laugh. We were playing like a game of rock. And I rolled my ankle. And Tom Laugh and Mickey, we all lived on the same block. And I like limped home. And I was like, my foot really hurts. Well, I was like, you'll be fine. You're fine, and just put some ice on it. We'll wrap it up with an ace bandage. Walked around for like 3 days, and I'm like, yeah, Mom, I'm like, I'm growing a fucking grapefruit out of my ankle.
Yes.
And
I thought I had a pregnant foot. Man.
I went to Jefferson at Frankfurt Torresdale, and they're like, oh yeah, you're fine. We're just gonna put an air cast on you. Like a week goes by, and I'm like, yeah, I don't know about this. I go to an orthopedic, and they take like an X-ray, and the orthopedic was like, yeah, your growth plate in your ankle looks like a fucking peace sign.
Jesus.
Shit.
It was shattered in 3 pieces. Yeah.
God.
And then I walked around with a cast on my leg for about, Jesus Christ, it's like 8 weeks because the bone already kind of started healing. So they had to like set it in the right direction and then put the cast on. That wasn't fun. Yeah,
I was kind of like worried about how I was going to get around and shit if it was broke. Because they originally told me in urgent care that it was broken. So I was like, oh, shit. But it ended up like the next day getting better and shit. So it's great now.
What did they say it was? It was just like a fracture?
I fractured my fibula.
Oh, all right.
Morsels, fucking whatever it is. And so that's what they said.
Your ankle.
He didn't. And he looked at it and he didn't. He was like, nah.
He's looking at your actually like, this looks like witchcraft.
You just see like the Blair Witch fucking sticks come up in the X-ray.
Your ankle broke into the Blair Witch sign. That's what he held it up. He held the negative up to the light. And it was just the Blair Witch sign as your bones in your ankle.
Just in the corner standing.
Yeah, he turns around. You're just staring into the corner and says. All of a sudden, the whole fucking room goes black and white. Ah!
Yeah, that's too funny. Yeah, she was a witch, though.
Oh, dude. She was so funny.
Those mountain folk are an interesting breed, man.
Yeah, we did see the 2 people sitting on the thing, sitting out front on the rocking chairs.
Yeah, Dad's like...
Was one of them playing a banjo?
No, Dad's like, they're sitting outside eating apples with a knife.
Did anyone tell you have a purty mouth?
No, we stayed indoors most of the time.
Dude, Galen used to have a mountain house like 6 hours north. Like it was closer to like Toronto than it was to Philly. Like up north. And we used to go up there. It was great. You had like the ATVs and guns and shit. And we would go up there and have a blast. And his closest neighbors. There was only like 3 people that lived like on his little part of the mountain, and his closest neighbors was this old couple and nice people. They used to like pick like wild berries and make jams and shit. But dude, scary motherfuckers. If you just met them out like in the random, you would definitely think that they're gonna cut you up and eat you.
Dude, they whole different world.
Yeah, those mountain folk are very, very different people.
Whole different breed.
And I'm sure most of them are very kind. It's just,
They probably are.
Yeah, it's just their teeth are a bit intimidating. Their lack of dental hygiene, really intimidating.
So should we hit? Do you want to hit on the Sixers before he gets down? I don't know where he went. There he is. Oh, and then we can kind of sum this up with the Sixers.
My bad.
Fuck, Flyers fucking suck. So.
Did you poop?
No, Java puked.
Oh no.
I had to clean. Well, luckily she was showing me the signs of her puking, so I was able to get her outside. She puked outside, thankfully. But I had to hose that shit down.
Always good.
Nice. So yeah, we'll dive into the Sixers real fast. Joel Embiid, the MVP, has returned. Put up a 35 spot the other night against the Celtics. Whooped
Fuck
them
the Celtics.
Boston motherfucking asses.
Yes.
Yeah, George Hill doesn't look like he's gonna be coming back anytime soon. Maybe soon. They said I'll be back before the playoffs, but still, I don't.
It's great. Thanks for that 1 month long window of when this guy can come back and fucking play.
Yeah, he just had surgery on his thumb in February, and just I don't know. Man. Meanwhile, the Brooklyn Nets are still getting stronger. And I said last week and the week before on the show, Sean, I still don't know how they compete with them. I mean, everybody's biggest argument is, Detroit, Brooklyn, they don't play defense. They don't fucking need to.
Yeah, when you score 130 a night.
That's what I said. You're going to be averaging 130 points a night. You don't need to play defense.
Yeah.
They're like,
Durant came back.
Ain't nobody playing defense against them either.
Yeah, they're like, who's going to guard Embiid? Who do they got against Embiid? I'm like, nobody. I was like, but they don't need to. Go ahead. Yeah. Joel could put up 60. But guess what? Harden, Durant, Kyrie, then they got LaMarcus Aldridge.
And Joe Harris.
And they have...
he's like the J.J. Redick of this year.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, so...
He's got pretty decent three-point shot, so fuck it. Just, I don't...
No, and just having Blake Griffin in there, too, is a force, too. And what firepower you got?
Yeah.
You got Embiid. Yeah, nobody's gonna cover him. They'll let him feast all day. You know why? Because they'll throw the ball in. They'll take about 3 dribbles and hit a 3-pointer, and not take a 3-pointer. They'll just make a 3-pointer.
I think right now the only thing we can count on is hopefully one of them being not available for that series.
As soon as Durant got cleared to play, Harden pulled the fucking hamstring. So maybe the basketball gods are just like, hey, we're spitting in your faces right now. Kind of like Golden State a few years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
I don't think they can beat them in a series at all.
They can't beat them.
I don't want to be negative. I don't want to end it on a negative note, but just seeing the impact that Durant had coming in, even though they're already scoring the way they were, it's just man, it's going to be tough.
No, they can't. Like you said, I'm not trying to end this on a bad note either. Look, I hope they at least if they get to the Eastern Conference Finals, that's farther than they've been in 20 years. That's the God's honest truth. They haven't got to the Eastern Conference Finals in 20 years. So I don't want to take that as a moral victory.
Is it a season success though? Would that be? Or I know we said earlier on.
No.
We're all pushing for the.
Look,
getting into the.
To me, a successful season is a championship.
Yeah.
For any sport, so. That's like a moral victory getting to there. It's a moral victory to get to there.
Yo, Sean needs to go to bed, y'all. We need to end the show.
Yeah.
Look at him.
Yeah, he's fading.
He's got nothing left.
His whole face just starts to droop.
I exerted way too much brain power crunching all the fucking numbers in the draft talk.
You did good? You did really good.
Yeah, we needed you for that, man.
Yeah, thank you. Well,
all right, Blanco, we just were saying that it's tough for us to beat the Nets. So what's your thoughts? Any last thoughts on that?
Fuck the Nets. Fuck those bitches. Fuck the New Jersey ass Nets. I don't give a fuck where they're playing basketball right now. They're still the New Jersey bitch ass Nets.
New Brunswick.
New Brunswick ass Nets.
I don't know.
Fucking East Brunswick Bowling Lanes Nets. Fuck them.
The Secaucus Nets.
Fucking Central Jersey Nets.
There's a diner up the street from me, and they have the flags on top of the diner, and it's like the Eagles, the Phillies, the Flyers, Sixers, the Union, and they have the Devils because Jersey, whatever.
Yeah.
I get it. But
no, no. Let's go back to that. No. Because Jersey, fuck that shit. They're North Jersey.
Oh, they are. They are. There is a lot of Flyers fans.
You know what? I back in the day, I knew a guy who was from South Jersey, from South ass Jersey too, like southern, more South Jersey than I'm from, which is Gloucester County. He was from more southern. I hope everything's okay, Sean. But he was a Devils fan because they were the Jersey Devils. His home team was 2 hours away from him, but the Flyers being less than 20 minutes away, that was not his home team, and I hated that. I hated that with a passion. So fuck that diner, Sean. Fuck that diner.
The real thing, even more than the Devils, they still have a fucking Nets flag up, and I'm like, they left your fucking state, you clowns.
Of course they do. But it's Jersey. There's a thing about Jersey, man. Jersey sucks, dude. Jersey's weird. You're gonna learn that real soon, bro.
I've
You're
already
gonna learn that real
learned.
soon. I grew up there, and no, trust me, it gets worse.
It
gets
worse
worse.
from here.
Don't worry, it's
I
gonna
left
get
that
worse.
shit behind a long time ago, bro.
Oh my god.
Yeah, if it wasn't for the shore, I probably wouldn't go to Jersey.
The Jersey Shore is just an extension of Philadelphia. It's just a Philadelphia
It is.
suburb. Everything in between is Jersey. Jersey Shore, Wildwood, that's definitely Philly. There's more Philadelphians in Wildwood than Jerseyans.
Yes, for sure.
It's like Northeast Philly in Wildwood by the beach.
Wildwood is Northeast. If you, dude,
Wildwood is Northeast Philly with a beach.
that's why
It is.
I've.
And South Philly.
So
That's why,
accurate.
like, the nights where we would go out and stuff, like, down the shore, I'd be like, you guys really want to go to Keenan's? Because it's like, going to Keenan's is like me going to fucking McNally's. Like, going to my corner bar, I'm going to see the same fucking people.
Yeah.
The only difference is they're going to be in, like, a tank top and board shorts instead of jeans and a Father Judge t-shirt.
You're going to go get those fucking tacos at 3 in the morning. They were nice.
Sean,
though. I missed those.
Sean, you
tacos.
remember the that little bar, the Establishment?
What, where we saw our friend, Mr. Possum?
Yeah, they turned that into a Currens.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I remember they closed. Now it's a Currens?
Yes.
Oh, it's
It's
definitely
under North
Northeast.
Currents.
So the Anglesey is
Anglesey
is just Mayfair. Anglesey
Philadelphia.
is New Mayfair.
It's New Mayfair. There you go. New Mayfair.
You might as well just call it
It's
Northeast
just
Wildwood.
it's Mayfair Beach.
It's just Dan. It's Northeast Wildwood.
Northeast Wildwood. That's great. That's great.
It's really good. Northeast Wildwood.
Honestly, someone might as well
That's
just
funny,
go
it's
to
Currens
go to an open clearing somewhere in Wildwood, plant a bunch of fucking trees, and everyone could just meet up and have a keg there.
Yeah.
The Establishment
Like
was
your
my
girl,
shit
Matt.
too, man. I missed
They
Establishment.
they had great beer, man.
Blast,
Establishment
man. Dan and I, that was our ritual, bro. We would just hit the Establishment for a blast, a Brooklyn blast,
Oh my god.
Oh yeah.
and
What
then
I would give
we
right
would,
now to have a
we would
Brooklyn
start our
Blast
night.
on
We would
tap.
start our night off with a Brooklyn
I
blast.
think Blondo
and it
put
would
me
be
down
great.
on a Brooklyn. I think you put me down on Brooklyn Blast. I think
We
the
had
first
to. I probably put you down on Brooklyn Blast when you were like 14.
18. When I was not old enough to drink a Brooklyn Blast.
No,
Dude, I
no,
remember
didn't know
going
you
there
were
and
that young.
throwing back like 3 Brooklyn Blasts after having a Tully Nut, and I'm like, okay, let's start the night now.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah, you
Just
got to
exciting.
you have to start your night with the Brooklyn Blast. You can't finish your night with the Brooklyn Blast.
Just hearing
Oh.
that gives me a friggin' headache, man.
Oh,
Usually we start with the Tully Nuts though, and that's only because the Tully Nuts aren't the Tully Nuts of past. The Tully Nuts of futures past.
I'm really bummed that I never really got a chance to experience an OG Tully Nut. It's
Jalen
disheartening.
Hurts is in.
I mean, back then it was just Jalen Hurts. Fast forward,
He just
Brent.
completed a 17-yard pass.
Back then the Tully Nuts weren't all that, except for the fact that they were like
Richard
16
Roberts.
ounce. They were 16 ounces or whatever, a 16-ounce cup of this strong red liquid.
Liquid magma.
Where's that at?
Red stuff.
That's basically what it was. It was fucking. It was.
It was Jesus.
magma.
That's what it used to be. But I mean, last time I was there, which was a couple years ago, it's like 10 ounces and double the price. 10 ounces for like $12 or some shit like that.
Yeah, it's
10
a
ounces,
dollar,
8 ounces.
dollar an ounce.
Man,
Yep.
man.
Shit is crazy.
That's insane, dude.
But it's
Alright.
it's been a tradition. It's a tradition for a lot of people, so they just were like, fuck it.
Me and Brendan will probably have one this weekend.
Yeah, I mean, if I go down there, I'm gonna go get one.
We
Just
talk all that shit.
I'm gonna get one. I'm gonna complain about it. I'm be like, this fucking
talking-
8-ounce bullshit that I just paid $16 for. What
Dude,
the
dude.
fuck it?
We're talking
I
all
bought
this shit, and we're gonna go to the number one, have a
Yep.
Tully Nut, and then we're gonna go to Keenan's afterwards.
Yep.
And then we're gonna walk across and get wings from Perrin's.
Oh my goodness! And we'll put this all on the Instagram if
And then
it
You're
happens.
gonna go to Keen. You're
we'll note it all in there for this
You're gonna
show.
have a $10 Tully, a $10
Show's over.
6-ounce drink.
Show's
It's-
over. Love y'all.
Wait, it's over?
Yeah, we're done. I gotta roll.
all right,
Bye
goodbye.
bye.
I love you.